of you don't mind if I start my show, do you?
Sure, why not?
Do you plan on continuing this argument?
Up to you. We can do it off the air if you prefer.
I didn't care to hear it off the air. I don't believe I'd like to hear it now.
Well, it's just so asinine.
Which part?
Well, Trey's position, of course.
I don't even know what the position was. I got tired of listening to the two of you. I left the studio. I know it's got something to do with Governor Palin and wide receivers for the Cowboys. I didn't get any of it.
Well, the thing of it is, and Trey's going to defend her to the end.
Well, how did the Cowboys get into this?
Well, Trey said something totally irrelevant, and I just...
It's not irrelevant.
It's totally irrelevant. I said something about Palin, and he goes, well, look out, Obama's about to eat it. And I said, well, and the Dallas Cowboys don't have enough wide receivers, but neither of those statements is relevant to what I was saying.
Well, I just simply pointing out the fact that there's going to be more scandal come up. I mean, it's not just Palin.
Who else has got something to hide?
I think you're going to find after the convention some things will start coming out about Obama and
I hate this freaking
ties.
country.
Why?
It's really not that hard to understand why the rest of the world doesn't care for us. You look at both conventions, and it's nothing but he sucks. Well, you suck. Well, your mama's white. That's all it's turned into.
It's a glorious thing.
It's a jerk-off session.
Glorious day that this country can get together and vote and have these issues and have very intelligent discussions.
Well, then tell me what you're going to do for the country and stop bagging on each other, because that doesn't tell me anything.
That's all they do.
And I did
last night.
The controversy with Governor Palin and her daughter. I don't care. You got 5 kids. One of them's going to be an F up. Right now, the odds are with her.
That's going to go away, I think. I'm sure it will. Everybody's saying, you know what? No, even the Obama people are saying, off it, get off it.
Obama, that's the only direction he can go, because he's always said families are off limits.
So,
and especially since his mom was 18 when she had him.
Yeah. And the McCain people today are going, non-issue. Let's talk about the issues. That's a non-issue. A teenage kid having a baby is not part of this.
Oh, now that they're, I think it was on MSNBC on the website. Now they're reviewing child pregnancies. They up. Does abstinence only, that educational program, does that work? No, it don't work. You got a big proponent for it, got knocked up.
That speaks a lot, I realize, yeah. It's like saying, don't drink. Don't make alcohol. Okay, we'll do it in the woods. It doesn't never work. Tell people not to do something.
Well, especially if you don't give them any guidance. If with abstinence only, if that's all you're teaching, what else do you say other than don't?
Well, I'm sure they get into the details of, diseases, transmitted diseases, what it's like to raise a baby. How much does it cost? You know what? If you have a baby at 17, here's what's going to happen to your life. No school. You're going to have any money. Oh, you went through all these same thoughts, Russ, when you thought you'd knock somebody up when you were how old?
17.
Yeah.
But I was going to quit school and get a job.
But the first thought through your mind, my life's over. My life, any dreams I might have, I got to put on hold now for 15, 18 years. And
I actually looked up online what they teach with abstinence.
What do they teach?
Does anybody really care?
Yeah.
I do. I actually looked some of it up myself.
Has as its exclusive purpose, this is the abstinence-only programs, teaching the social, psychological, and health gains to be realized by abstaining from sexual activity. Teaches abstinence from sexual activity outside marriage as the expected standard for all school-aged children. Teaches that abstinence from sexual activity is the only certain way to avoid out-of-wedlock pregnancy, sexually transmitted diseases, and other associated health problems. So far, you ain't doing nothing for me.
Well, those things are true, but you're right.
Well, they are, but you still got kids whose loins are in fuego, and all you're telling them is don't. Think of something else.
Well,
they like to throw in scare tactics and bad scientific information, and information that they pass off as scientific.
Now, can I ask a question?
Yeah, am I done reading?
Sorry, I was going to ask one simple question.
All right, ask it.
Is this the federal guidelines or is this Texas's guidelines?
I don't know. I got it off Wikipedia.
Okay.
It's federal.
How do you know?
I looked at the same thing.
Oh. This is all part of the Title V, is that right?
Yes.
Funded programs. Okay. Which those programs are not permitted to advocate or discuss contraceptive methods, except emphasize their failure rates. I'll back up. Teaches that a mutually faithful monogamous relationship in the context of marriage is the expected standard of sexual activity. You're teaching this to kids that are 15.
I know. It's absurd. And
hair's coming in. They're going crazy. All they want to do is quench that pelvic fire, and you're telling them,
Why? Okay, teach that, and then also teach condoms.
Can't do it.
Why?
All you can do is, according to this, if you want to get the federal funding for this, you can only address the failure rates of contraceptives. And their inability to fend off all STDs.
Well, they set themselves up to fail then. That's absurd.
Well, this is all part of Bush's program, and for the most part, I like him, but I've finally come to terms he's a retard.
Just because of this one thing.
No, I also heard that clip, I think it's been on the internet for a while, where he's talking about the Google.
Oh, we have that from somewhere.
Which is not a big deal. He just sounds like a buffoon.
You want to go to my Palin file? He's number 2.
Is this where somebody asked him about the internet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bless his heart. He tries. He does.
That's not a vote of confidence I want to hear about the president.
Oh, it's Google. It ain't
You sound like Andy Griffith talking about Gomer. And we're not that far off.
I don't think he has a computer.
He's the president. I really wish he would have at least a laptop.
I don't think he does.
Our Commodore 64.
I'm curious. Have you ever Googled anybody? Do you use Google?
Occasionally. And one of the things I've used on the Google is to pull up.
Sometimes I look up for the pornography or the monkey sex.
Stop it.
That's what I do with the Google.
Maps.
And this is the other thing that's concerning is he's going to Google for maps.
Well,
why don't you call Homeland Security? Why don't you call possibly the Secret Service? One of those fellas probably could dig one up for you.
You've got NASA at your disposal.
live, real time. Google Earth.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about in here. I Googled the Google Earth.
Hey, do you use Google?
Occasionally. And one of the things I've used on the Google is to pull up maps. It's very interesting to see.
I like to see where we actually are on the planet. Just so I can get a scope of things.
He knows where we are.
He doesn't sound like he does.
He just wants to see his range.
Yeah, that's what he's pulling up pictures. I like to see my range.
You could probably have people do that live for you. Live pictures. Satellites. Look in.
Pull up maps. It's very interesting to see. I forgot the name of the program, but where you get the satellite and you can, I kind of like to look at the ranch on Google, remind me of where I want to be sometimes.
He's a retard.
This is like 3 years old.
I don't care. He's still a retard.
You're talking about a man who's in bed at 9 o'clock at night. He is socially...
Maybe he has nothing else to do.
No.
At a certain point in the day, I might as well go to sleep because I'm too stupid to do anything else.
Time to run into something if I stay awake.
I can't F up if I'm out. I still supported where do we go? Iraq?
Uh-huh.
All right. I still support that because with the evidence that we had at the time and all the intel, it said we should go. We were buffoons for not taking any weapons with us and just dropping them down. Look at there.
Well, there's one right there.
Just in case, because you don't find anything, we're not going to get support from anybody ever again.
I know, which is what happened.
So take some and just drop them. Nobody else is going to see it.
Oh, we got a video of you dropping.
Because we're going to take control of it.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see the weapons? Nope.
Well, we need to see them.
Well, why don't you get on the Google? Here are the rest of the things for abstinence. Let's see. Sexual activity outside the context of marriage is likely to have harmful psychological and physical effects. All valid stuff. Still ain't doing nothing for me. My hair's coming in and I'm in fuego.
I know. There's nothing passionate about it. And there's nothing that explains why not to do it.
Teaches that it does. It says here all the things why you shouldn't do it.
But not the real life problems that it creates. That's what you have to do.
They also address that, but they don't talk about contraception. They don't give them the tools to at least do something. Just saying don't and not giving them anything is absurd.
I can't understand, other than the government funding, why you wouldn't do both.
It teaches young people how to reject sexual advances and how alcohol and drug use increase vulnerability to sexual advances. Teaches the importance of attaining self-sufficiency before engaging in sexual activity. We're going on. Teaches that burying children out of wedlock is likely to have harmful consequences for the child's parents, and society. These are all long-term issues. Kids don't think long-term.
No, when
that's all you think about is
party.
Today and busting a nut.
Tonight, yeah, you're right. This night, this girl right now. Not what's going to happen tomorrow, my family, whatever else. No, you're right. We've all done it. We've all been there.
I don't even know if they teach them that withdrawal doesn't work. I don't know if they can address any of that.
They can't. You can't do that because that means you went in. You can't address that withdrawal doesn't work.
Well, possibly you can. I don't know what all the guidelines are. I know that they got to keep any type of contraceptive methods out of this.
Then you can't teach.
Otherwise, you don't get the federal funding.
That's what
But I dated a chick in her 20s, thought if you pulled out, you were okay.
Well, again, why do you think you have so many teenage pregnancies? They know it's possible. That's what I always tell my kids. It takes one out of millions, one sperm.
Well, and that's the irony of this program, because you're not teaching contraceptive. Kids are having sex anyway, but they're not learning what they truly need to know to keep from getting pregnant.
You want to hear some of the groups that oppose abstinence-only training?
Yes.
These are really some that I think you should put some credence into.
Okay.
The American Psychological Association.
Oppose it.
The American Medical Association, the National Association of School Psychologists, the Society for Adolescent Medicine, the American College of Health Association, the American Academy of Pediatrics, the American Public Health Association. They all maintain that sex education needs to be comprehensive to be effective, not just telling kids don't.
Don't is bad. Don't look here. It's bad. Well,
when you get them things flowing through your loins.
I got them hot. Yeah, I got
it. You take this list of things that could happen.
Yeah, and I wrap it around my wiener.
I use that as a condom.
Buddy, I'm in.
Do these come in any type of cellophane? Because the last time it shot right through it.
I need a ribbed list.
It's archaic.
Yep.
You know, I've never read that list. I started to believe that's really it. That's really what we're teaching. And I like Bush, but damn it, that's so stupid.
And I believe that John McCain wants to overturn Roe v. Wade, doesn't he? I know he's for the abstinence-only programs. Well, if that's all you're going to teach, and I don't like to talk about abortion because it ooks me, but if you're going to only teach abstinence, you better be pro-choice, because you're going to have a bunch of pregnancies.
You're not going to change what kids do. You haven't since the dawn of time.
All you have to do is look at the teen pregnancy rate. They're out there bumping like bunnies. That makes me hot.
Please stop.
McCain is actually pro-choice, but to appease the right, he is leaning towards being pro-life at the moment. I don't think he will put another justice on there that will overturn Roe v. Wade if Bush hasn't already done it. There's a very good chance if an abortion case comes up, Roe v. Wade.
I don't care what happens, because I've had a vasectomy. So they can make their own decisions. But if you also outlaw abortion, you're going back to the 30s, 40s?
Yep.
Where
it's still going to happen.
The alleys and the coat hangers and the stairs and whatever.
It's still going to happen. It's going to happen much more dangerous and a lot more deaths.
Well, you can't argue. You can argue the other side by saying just because it's still going to happen doesn't mean we shouldn't outlaw it.
Well, yeah, if it's women's safety, you're worried about.
People are going to do drugs. They're going to do it regardless if the laws are in place.
I guess.
Do we just give up?
No, but
that's going to be the other side of the argument. But the whole abstinence thing, you're a bunch of fools.
They need to balance it. And I don't know why the government would say, if you talk about condoms, you don't get no cash. You're setting yourself up.
They can talk about the failure rates and how the only way to be absolutely sure you don't catch anything. In fact, there was how long before we need a break, Glenn?
5.
Here's some things. This was a congressional study.
Oh, great.
2 major studies by the Congress. They released a report that provided several examples of inaccurate information being included in federally funded abstinence-only sex programs. Misrepresenting the failure rates of contraceptives. Misrepresenting the effectiveness of condoms in preventing HIV transmission. False claims that abortion increases the risk of infertility, premature birth for subsequent pregnancies, and some type of pregnancy. What is that?
I believe that's a pregnancy where it's
ectopic.
Yeah, and it's something about
Is that wrong?
No, I'm just laughing at you.
Well, what is it?
I don't know.
It's something about where
I'm not talking.
the egg fertilizes outside of the uterus, and
How does that happen?
It's something like that. It's an odd pregnancy.
Sounds like black magic.
Gotcha. Didn't even do it the right way.
Treating stereotypes about gender roles as scientific fact. I don't know what that means.
No idea.
Wait, I'm sorry. Say that one again.
I don't want to read it again.
All right.
Other scientific errors stating that, I don't know why they included this, where they state 24 chromosomes from the mother and 24 from the father joined to create the new individual. They said the actual number is 23.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's true. You don't want to misrepresent.
That doesn't make the
What difference? How does that affect the educational process?
Well, it
so you
makes
missed by a chromosome. You
think that you're going to give any credibility to people that are telling you the wrong number of chromosomes?
Well, it's of no consequence as far as the pregnancy goes, and some chick's not going to ask a guy what his chromosome count is.
No, but if I'm reading that,
You only got 11?
I got 11.
Well, let's go.
All right.
Because that ain't going to be enough. Hold on. Which one of those, Alfie?
Line 1.
All right. Yes, James.
Yeah, Russ, what you were saying, too, that's the one thing that's keeping me from voting Republican. I agree with the war. I'm going to exit myself from the first Gulf. And if you get rid of abortion, hand in hand goes with welfare. Welfare, if you get rid of all abortion, all these girls having kids, all of them going to jump onto the welfare system. That's going to make us pay more taxes into a society that's not producing nothing but babies.
Well, the other side's going to argue, all right, if we can't come up with cash to keep these children alive as opposed to just letting anybody have an abortion, then obviously we're not as civilized as we'd like to report ourselves to the rest of the planet.
There's absolutely...
That goes back to what you were saying about teaching not just abstinence, but prevention. So it goes all around the same circle with abstinence, prevention, abortion.
Well, you're only giving kids half the story, and I really hate to belabor this because I'm not going to have an abortion because I ain't got no sperm left. Thanks, James. But if you're not going to give them the entire picture, don't tell them anything.
Well, again, we feel the need to tell people something. There's no side of this that's a win-win other than tell everything. Tell it all. Why any program is set up to where you lose money if you tell me that condoms are available, by the way, is ridiculous.
Condoms don't always work. They're not 100%.
Well, pull out. What's your other option? Not to do it doesn't work either. You want to see the numbers? It's not working.
They're teaching morality, which is okay, but kids don't buy that. You're going through a time in your life where you're experimenting and you're exploring your own body. Yeah. God, it makes me hot.
Don't look at me when you say that.
And that's a hard thing to find. You're coming into your own.
Well, we know what McCain. What does the Obama think about all this? What's his angle?
Yeah, what's the Obama?
Yeah.
I'm sure
Dan hit the Google and see what the Obama's doing.
I'm sure he's more for a balanced sex education program. This is one thing where Bush is almost undefendable. This is an absolute moronic program.
And is this one of his faith-based programs, or it kind of fell under the guise?
Yes.
Because really all it's teaching is morality. Again, that's all right. But if you don't give them the entire story, don't be shocked when you got a bunch of babies running around.
I agree. But, here's the deal. Is Congress hadn't been able to get enough votes to change it. And the other thing, if they do overturn Roe v. Wade, it's not going to be abolish abortion. It's going to become a states' rights issue, and the states are going to make laws as to whether it's legal or not legal. Now, here in Texas, it will become illegal.
Why do you think that?
We're still in the Bible Belt. You look at our House of Representatives, our state Senate, it's predominantly...
I can't tell you how bored I am with this.
Well, it doesn't affect you
Get
at
back
all.
to kids and sex.
Daniel. Do we need a break? Yes. All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. The number one afternoon show is found right here. The Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
overly sensitive, or does it seem like this show is getting in the way of other people's free time?
You mean just offer conversations?
Well, Dan's talking to Everett about something. Dude, the bumper's playing. Go to the back of the room and do traffic.
It does something.
And Trey and Everett don't want to shut up during the break about the Governor Palin and Barack.
I know that. It's off and on the air.
Are you set, Dan?
Yes, and I blame Everett.
Not an inconvenience for you?
Not at all.
All right, good.
All right, now, big problem going on in McKinney. 75 southbound at White Avenue, that is actually closed due to an accident that has you backed up to McClary. Traffic has to exit at 380 or before. Also, an alternate route would be Highway 5, although you may find construction on that. And also, FM 2933 might work. Northbound has the left lane blocked with heavy delays as well. So that's just a big issue going on right now. Try to avoid it if you can. As your first check of traffic, I'm Dan O'Malley on the Russ Martin Show.
Thanks, Dan. All right, the clouds, of course, and goosed off have cooled us off a little bit. 72 for the low tonight, only 90 for the high tomorrow. 75 and cloudy now at Live 105.3.
I'm going to guess, Everett, you're asking everybody in the room about their vasectomies because you want one.
I'm thinking about it, yeah.
Any reason? I mean, obviously you don't want to have kids. Was it an age that you hit?
Yeah. I mean, I'm 43. If I conceived a child today, I'd be 62 when he graduated from high school. Not that people don't do that, but that just doesn't sound good to me.
That's why I had mine at 40. Because really, for me, that was a cutoff. You don't want to go through your 40s and 50s having to take care of a kid.
No. I mean, I'm pretty well, set in my ways, I guess, for lack of a better term. So I was just running the room asking people how their vasectomy went, since this is probably the largest gathering of people
that have been neutered.
Yeah.
But mine was probably 6 months recovery.
6 months?
Yeah.
You dude on pain pills, didn't you?
I was in wicked pain.
Lord.
No, you weren't.
You're not.
What was it like, really?
Dr. Fettner's a wild man.
What did he do?
He actually put his foot up on your groin and pulled.
Yeah. He pulled your sack out just so he can get at your...
You ever seen anybody start a lawnmower?
That's what it felt like.
So, Chloe.
And obviously, I was out of gas because he kept tugging on it. Dude. That's my balls. Why are you asking Chloe?
Because he had one, and he won't tell me stuff like you do.
Go ahead, Chloe.
I was drunk for 3 months.
That was just leading up to the surgery.
Just to kill the pain.
JD.
Don't get me in this.
How was your vasectomy?
Today?
Well, I mean... 6
years later, I'm over now.
I think Dr. Fettner just stopped drinking because his hands were shaking.
I'm going to impregnate every woman I meet.
I didn't make any difference to me. He got 4 times on my ass before he realized it was over. It was probably 2 days.
Really? And he did yours up here.
Yeah.
Poor lighting.
It's a quick procedure from start to finish. I think maybe 15 minutes, and that's if they got to shave you. But I came ready.
So how long, let's say, how long before you could work out, for example?
You mean work out my weenie or work out?
Lift weights.
I don't think I was working out with weights, man. So
you weren't?
I would probably give it a couple of weeks before you started just pulling on that thing.
Right. What about sex?
That's what I meant. You probably could do it sooner.
Yeah.
But just because...
Eddie Boyd came to work that day. Same day.
Wow.
Well, that doesn't mean he was having sex.
No, I know, but he was fine, though. You walking around, you get a little thing of frozen peas, put it down there, and you're fine.
So a couple of days later, you're pretty well done with pain.
You're pretty... The only reason I got sick is Fettner gave me Vicodin. It's like, damn.
That's good.
So I was overlapping the doses, and I got clogged up.
Oh, okay.
Constipated, and that didn't help things.
Okay.
Especially when you got sutures in your ball sack and you squeeze into poop.
So, but they dissolve, right? They don't have to go back and get them out, or?
Yeah, I think they did.
Okay.
It's a quick procedure. I think insurance covers it.
Well, the reason I was asking is I was doing some research about it on the internet, and I read something. It was on Wikipedia, which, isn't always accurate.
I got it.
But there was something that said that something between 5 and 35% of men that get vasectomies, depending on which study you read, experience long-term, potentially lifelong, continuing pain.
Oh, hell yeah.
No. I mean, yeah.
It's wicked.
Well, I don't want to do this now.
It's a couple of days.
But none of you seriously have had any kind of long-term...
There were no complications, no.
Okay.
And honestly, I bet...
Have you had one?
No, they email, you always get, I mean, I don't always send them along, but people saying, thank you, I went to Fetner, I got a vasectomy. There's never been one person who has had anything but said that was the best decision I ever made, if that's the course you want to go.
And if anybody's going to bitch about pain, I'm going to be at the top of the list.
Okay.
So you're fine.
All right.
Cool. We'll get it done on the air?
No.
Why?
Because the lighting's bad up here.
Fetner didn't have any issues when he did me?
Nope. Well,
Did me up here too?
Really?
Yeah, I forgot about that. We did Chloe on the air.
Mm-hmm. Well, but what if there are complications? What if I faint or scream?
Well, you're already lying down.
There's not enough light up here. I want to be in a doctor's office where
we'll bring in some halogens.
Real people, not you.
You don't really have to worry about anything being sterile because he lays you on a piece of butcher's paper and he just starts cutting. Don't take that long.
Well, where are y'all going to be?
Right next to you.
No, I'm going to the doctor's office. Not having you people standing around while I'm getting my nuts done.
You were the one that was okay with us going to JD's colonoscopy and shoving things in his ass.
Well, that's completely different.
Not necessarily.
No, it is. I've had a colonoscopy before. I've got a colon disorder. I'm a bit of an expert.
You'll be awake during this. We can't do anything to you. You'll be awake.
Well, but I'll be immobilized.
Yeah.
That's the happy part.
No. I want to go to a doctor's office.
Things that we could jack around with.
Yeah.
Because you can't set up while everything's going on. Just get a piece of cooked spaghetti. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Got you Vaz. Might have took too much out.
Yeah.
Do you feel tight inside?
Let's see, doctor's office or radio station? Where would I rather have my vasectomy?
If Fetner's going to do it, I can make sure that he does it up here.
Well, maybe. What do you mean you can make sure he does it up here?
He won't do it unless he does it up here.
Why not?
Because I want it to be done up here.
Well, I don't want to do it up here.
I don't want to see you get cut on. I want to see if your Vaz is al dente.
Well, how about if I bring it up to the station after I get it done at the doctor's office?
No. Either that or have kids. I don't care. Make any difference to me. Line one? Is that about the vasectomies? All right. We'll move on. Yes, Wayne.
Hey, just make sure he knows he still can impregnate a woman about 6 weeks to 2 months after he has this procedure.
All right, you get that, Everett?
I did. Thank you, Wayne.
Don't want to run and get in Dutch with no woman.
No.
Well, JD, didn't your first one not take?
It actually took, but yeah, they can grow back. But we got the titanium clips this time with Fetner, and they apparently
Fetner didn't do the first one.
No, Fetner did not do the first one. And yeah, one of them grew back.
Yeah, JD was potent for a lot of years.
Oh, quit it.
Blowing in every hairy bit. Oh, even stop on the street one after.
Oh, my God.
Sterile?
No.
My own decision. Wasn't state mandated. Just get it on. I'm really stunned.
I am.
Especially that as often as you're sticking your thing in things.
Yeah, I'm so glad.
Somebody didn't pop up.
I still couldn't believe it when he told me that. I thought you had told him to jack with me. He goes, I swear to God, you were still potent. It was a decreased amount, but still potent.
Well, how often do they grow back?
It's very rare, but I got the lucky sperm.
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm just curious.
We'll get her done up here.
I don't think I want to do this anymore.
Well, I wouldn't either. Dan, you ready for news?
Sure.
All right. Anything else before we get there?
Let's see here. No, that's all audio.
I guess no. All right, 4 o'clock at KLLI, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Dan O'Malley's here with news.
Thank you, Russ. News is brought to us by the Down Under Pub and Grub, where Chloe will be this Sunday from 3 to 5 p.m. Come watch the Dallas Cowboys kick off its season against Cleveland. That's 3231 Preston Road in Frisco at the Down Under Pub and Grub. I'm looking at all the different news networks on all the screens here in the studio. They're all on Governor Palin. Nothing's going to come from tonight's speech. Yeah, she's not going to be on the fly. It's not going to be ad lib. It's something that speechwriters have probably looked at for since last Friday.
She's practiced.
It's not going to be anything. There are going to be no revelations.
No, but the one thing we will learn is how she does well under A, pressure, and B, with a prepared speech. Does she come off like she's in control?
That doesn't tell me if you could run a country or not, because you can read a teleprompter. You want Mike Snyder from Channel 5 running this country because he can read?
Oh, no. He's not a good example.
You can get rid of abortion because you eat the babies. How big was he when you saw him on the telethon over the weekend?
When he turns sideways, he looks like he's probably 80 pounds overweight, maybe 100. But I don't know how he carries it off. See, I carry a lot of it in my face. He doesn't, apparently, because you see him on camera, straight on, up to the chest. He looks fine. He stands up. He turns sideways. He's 4 or 5 of him standing there.
Have you seen how on all the newscasts, but Channel 5 as well, they'll have Jay McGarry stand off to the side in front of the flat screen, out from behind the desk?
I don't know what you're trying to tell me.
The anchors have now come from behind the desk. They're standing up in a tall shot.
Well, they've been doing that for a couple of years. They wanted to look a little more active, a little more mobile. Right. Is Mike Snyder not doing it?
I saw him do it once, and that is it.
Probably took too long to set up the shot. Well, we can still get him in. You want that wall anymore?
Take this wall out so we can back a camera out to the parking lot.
Or we're going to have to shoot him through a window.
Didn't his daughter call up one day kind of making fun of him?
Yeah, I remember her calling. I forget what she said.
I think she said, he has a big ass.
Okay. What are those, Alfie, on hold?
They're all about the vasectomy.
Well, just tell me what they want.
Big Stacy wants a free vasectomy. David had his done by Fetner, said it was easy as all hell.
Big Stacy.
Yes, sir.
Why is it you always expect free surgery out of me?
I don't want no free surgery out of you. I just want to get put on the list. I pay for it myself. I want to get it done on the air.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. When do you want to get it done?
Pretty soon.
All right. I'll call Fetner and see when he can get it set up.
Okay.
All right. Have to start that one at 3.
Why? Just...
How long do you think it's going to take to get to his balls?
That's going to be an issue, undoubtedly. Just the thought of him having sex. Quit it. He's very large. It's just,
what's wrong with Stacey having sex?
I would just think it would be very difficult.
Well, it depends on how many times you want to have sex with them.
I don't want to.
I'm going to guess they're probably only good for one shot. The chicks.
Lost another one. They're so brittle.
They don't blow up like they do in the cartoons. Just flat. All right. Anyway, there's not going to be anything that's going to be earth-shattering or headline news from Governor Palin's speech tonight.
Any other convention, no doubt. Nobody's, like you said, it's all teleprompter, it's all scripted. I just kind of want to see her speak. We haven't even seen her do anything so far but wave.
You probably go online, and I'm sure there are things when she ran for governor, this is not going to be her first conference, her first convention, or first election. Obviously, she's addressed people before. Not that difficult to read from a teleprompter.
No. Actually, I do have audio of her cut number 1 in my Palin file. She actually had to ask somebody what the VP does. This was before she was announced as the VP candidate.
All right.
Cut number 1.
As for that VP talk all the time, I tell you, I still can't answer that question until somebody answers for me. What is it exactly that the VP does every day? I'm used to...
You can leave your resume. We'll call you.
Thanks for dropping by, though. You look nice.
Nah, that's not...
That's actually a pretty good question. What does the VP do?
Head of the Senate.
And? What does that mean?
Not die.
Okay.
And here's the biggest thing with Governor Palin. She's only got a couple of years of some type of... She's been governor for 2 years?
Yes.
McCain's in his early 70s.
Yeah.
If he craps the bed, you want her in charge?
She's the president.
You want her in charge?
I don't know enough about her to say that. I'm not.
I want somebody in charge, and she would be in office until his term ran out, right?
That's correct.
Is that a situation you want to send? Somebody that's been running Alaska.
You sound like Diddy. I know it's Alaska.
Still Alaska. But not too many conflicts come along there.
I know.
Unless the Russians just decide to hop over and come get you.
And the Republicans last night made the point, well, she has run something. She run something with the budget, cities, and everything else, whereas the other...
Just because somebody's run something doesn't mean you want them in office.
Yes, it does. Apparently, did you hear the View, cut number 6? Sherry Shepard from The View explains that completely.
Which one? Slow down. Which one is Sherry Shepard?
Which one is she? I'm not even sure. I just pulled the clip.
She's the portly black woman on The View.
She's the one that replaced Shady?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
He has more experience than Barack Obama.
Okay, well, first of all, and
do they ever shut up and just let one talk?
No.
Is there ever one time where nobody else is saying anything?
No.
I heard JD trying to edit this. That's the best spot that he could have started this clip.
There's no place. Yeah, there was a place where there were 7 seconds. You couldn't hear any of them. They were all talking at the same time. It's like,
why wouldn't the producer tell somebody, because they're all wearing earpieces, shut up, all of you?
The key of the show. Women talk like that.
Women can't. Yeah, on television, you can't discern who's saying what, like you can in real life, because you got two ears. Mm-hmm. You can tell which way direction something's coming from, and you can actually interpret it. When it's coming through two small speakers, you ain't getting it.
It's been the format forever. Somehow it's working.
Maybe women can decipher it even through broadcast.
Maybe so, but it's irritating for men.
He has more experience than Barack Obama.
okay, well, first of all, and
Yes, she does.
no.
Just to keep things straight. What is he? I am not giving my opinion. But
When he bitches shut up. I still don't know what they're talking about. I know Obama's in there someplace.
Yes,
I caught that one. This was like watching Spanish television.
Very much. Every once in a while you catch a word.
Yeah, and you think you're on track, and then you find out that you blew it.
yes, she does.
No.
Just to keep things straight. I am not.
Obviously, the chicks in the audience know what they said. They're applauding.
I'm telling you, women follow this.
I don't get how you could actually filter everybody else out and be able to carry on the conversation.
It's irritating as hell to listen to large portions of it because this is what they do all the time.
No.
Just to keep things straight. I am not giving my opinion. But this man, he's been in the Senate 2 years, he's been a governor 2 years. I try very hard to be objective, but he has had 18 months of managing a campaign.
But Barbara, please do not discount Palin as a mother. This woman has...
Because she's a mother, she can run the country.
Yes. Finally, you've seen the light.
That's her only reason for thinking that Governor Palin should be VP.
Yes. She can run a family and run a country.
I know, but I'm saying this woman is a mother. She's got 5 kids. You tell me what mother cannot run the country after having 5 kids. She either comes in and she does it politically or she takes it by force. Do not. I mean, I know, and everybody says, oh, she lacks experience, but as a mother, I'm going, the woman was in charge of the PTA. You can't even get chairs when you're in charge of the PTA.
And those are the people that are going to. Those are the people who are going to vote for McCain just because Governor Palin is on the ticket.
Yes, if you can run a family, you can certainly run the country. That was my favorite. I had to listen to that 4 times to make sure she really said it. If you can run a family, you
you're not even running the family. The dad's running the family.
In this case, yeah.
Well, in any case, the dad's running the family. Well, you're at home, just waiting for the next one to come along.
Well, the mother runs the children and operates dinner and things like that, and maybe sometimes the budget. But, they do.
Still, as far as the household goes, she's the VP.
Clearly, yes. You're right. In most households.
How we doing, Chloe?
3 minutes.
Is that still vasectomy stuff on hold? Get rid of those. Any more audio clips for Dan Moose?
Let me look here. You want President Bush? We did that. Does the Google? We have Lieberman last night talking about the fact that Obama is eloquent but has no experience. That's cut number 3.
Which one is Lieberman? Is he the one that looks like Howdy Doody? Alfred E. Newman?
Yeah.
Is that the one?
As Dan said, a Muppet, yes.
Well, which cut is he?
3.
All right. Actually, I saw part of the convention last night when Fred Thompson spoke. Why is it people that you originally liked when they were running for president? Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, they get at these conventions, and then they sound presidential.
All of a sudden, they're electric and full of zest.
And why didn't we know that when he was running?
Because he started so late.
Well, look what we got stuck with. Got an old man and his kid. Dan said this before. Well, you see McCain and Governor Palin go out in public, somebody's going to fire off Amber Alerts. All right, this is...
Lieberman's cut 3.
Okay.
And then Thompson's 4.
Senator Barack Obama is a gifted and eloquent young man who I think can do great things for our country in the years ahead. But, my friends, eloquence is no substitute for a record.
Tell us what it's like being green.
Stop it. Not Kermit.
He is a Muppet. Look at
those lips. Not in these tough times for America.
You actually have a clip of Fred Thompson?
He's cut 4.
And my friends, we need a president who doesn't think that the protection of the unborn or a newly born baby is above his pay grade.
I knew that one was going to come back and get Obama.
Of course.
You want to run this country, and you're going to be responsible for a lot of legislation, or you're going to have the veto power. Don't tell me something's beyond your pay grade.
That was unbelievable. That he obviously thought that through ahead of time, and that somebody let him say that on television. It's not.
Obviously what he meant was that would be up to our maker. That's where he was going with it.
That's not the question.
That's all he had an answer for, and it took him like 10 minutes just to get to that.
The question is, what is your take on children's babies' rights? Well, that's not above my. That's not what I ask. You get to the question.
And how much extra we got to pay you before you'll have the answer to this? Is it something we could lump in, or is this, as far as getting questions answered, we're going a la carte? Do we need a break? All right, we'll be back.
We're going to dance. We're going to dance. We're going to dance and have some fun.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
Don't say that on the air, Everett.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, let's just replay it in our minds here for a second.
No.
What I was talking about before Everett threw
out
the color analysis was Governor Palin's got 5 kids.
So?
With 5 kids, why don't you stay at the house? Maybe raise them little bastards.
Well,
maybe one of them wouldn't get knocked up.
Oh, that's definitely not true. That's a leap of imagination. And also,
what's imagination?
You got one that got knocked up because you weren't paying attention. Come on.
If you're going to have 5 kids, really, you think the mom would want to be at home?
You said, okay, are you going with the fact that she needs to stay home, or she'll be distracted as vice president?
What difference does it make? It's still going to be a job that's going to take her away, take her from the house. 5 kids, wouldn't you really want to be there?
Well, and she's also addressed that a little bit. She says there are nannies.
Especially as Everett so poignantly pointed out that she's got a special needs child.
That's why you bring people in to help you. Just she's already the governor. She's distracted there. She has people to help her run her family, run her kids.
She had, I think, all but this last. The new baby's 5 months?
Yes.
All right. She already had 4 kids when she went into the governor's mansion.
So? She obviously can handle it. She's one of those
We
women.
don't know that.
We're gonna find
You got your oldest at 17 and already knocked up.
Well,
why don't you go back to the house and possibly mother?
So she should never step outside of the house and be the governor or anything
You can go outside and do stuff, but again, and this is really the only way that I know how to explain this is, career chicks are having babies and making the children fit to their lives as opposed to readjusting yours to raise them.
That argument's going to come up. I don't see it as valid, though.
How can it not be valid?
Because you can also, fathers can raise children, nannies can help.
You do that in a situation where you have to. Don't make it a choice. I want to have a kid 3 months later, I'm back to work, and I'm handing the kid off to somebody. Well, they're certified by the state. Well, that's really all you need. Well, the kid's probably going to be okay.
Well, Daddy will stay at home. Daddy will be there. Daddy's a good parent.
Daddy's off working, too.
But, okay, maybe he doesn't. If she becomes vice president, maybe he quits working. We got all the cash coming in now. Maybe he quits working. We don't know yet. And watches the kid. And then they've got...
You had the baby. Watch it.
I had the baby, and I do watch it. But when I'm not running the state...
Obviously, you're not watching them too good. You got one of them with one in the oven.
You can't watch a kid every second. They're going to do what they're going to do.
You're going to be a better parent if you're spending more time with them instead of focusing on your career, especially if you got a house full of 5 kids and a special one.
Stop with the special one. A very special baby. And I'm sure she loves that baby very much. And
that's not part of the equation. You got 5 kids, especially a special needs child, as Everett pointed out. You should really be at home.
So she should quit her job as a governor?
She should have never taken it.
Well, that's her path. Again, I can't argue that path with you other than the fact that her kids obviously are being taken care of. You got in the same argument with Janice St. James about her kids and her career.
Well, she keeps popping them out and going back to work.
Well, again,
I spend every night with them. Okay, what's happening during the day?
Well, then maybe I think she has a nanny also. Somebody that they've known, somebody they trust, a family member like Joy does. A family member takes care of the child after school. Some people aren't that lucky.
Well, Joy needs that help because the daddy's not in the equation. Situation like this, you got 5 kids. Why don't you stay home and raise them?
Because the kid's dad is watching them. When I'm not there, I'm there in the evenings.
How do you know the kid's dad? How Governor Palin's husband is watching the kids?
How do we know he's not?
He's got a job. He's out there racing snow dogs. Isn't that what he does?
I think so.
And he's also fishing. What's the matter with you, Trey? You look mad.
Because by your logic, then knowing that you can't go into politics and have kids.
No, you shouldn't have a job if you've got kids.
Well, couples have kids. If the president, let's say Obama gets elected, he's got 2 little girls.
He's got a wife. Somebody stay home and raise the freaking kids. Why do you think children are so maniacal now? Nobody's at home watching them. They're at home listening to this crap or watching television.
A first lady has a lot of duties. She's going to travel a lot. She's not always going to be there. So by your logic, they can't.
She can stay home. She doesn't have to travel. That could be her decision. I'm going to raise our children. I'm not going to go do the press junket.
First lady is...
Why did somebody want to raise their kids anymore?
I mean, what about Palin's son who's about to go to Iraq? Does that count for something?
For what?
Well, she obviously did a good job. He's in the Army. He's deploying to Iraq, volunteering for his country.
You don't know if he chose that or that was state mandated. You don't know what he's up to.
Could be a condition of probation.
Nobody's keeping track on Alaska. Well, that's why we didn't even care up until 40, 50 years, 60 years ago.
That it was even up there.
Yeah.
We got some property where?
We pay for that.
I'm checking my phone bill. It better not be on there.
You go find us a good state to balance out for Alaska. Hawaii's nice.
With some beaches and stuff.
So you don't like the fact, or you're okay with the fact of women having babies and then just going back to work?
In this case, yes. In a perfect world, no. I think that'd be great for one. But
all right, why does it make any difference that she's a governor? Still, a job takes her away from the house.
Because
especially when you got 5 babies and that special one.
Mm-hmm. As a governor, as a senator, you have access.
She wasn't a governor. She had the 4 kids before she became governor.
Correct.
So she still knew those kids were there, and then she has another one.
Well, it was unplanned. It happens.
He's missing the argument, isn't he?
No, I'm not missing the argument. I think you can do both.
It doesn't make any difference if one was unplanned. You still had 4, and you're not at home raising them.
She goes home every night.
You want to be a mother, or you want to be a career woman?
You can do both.
You can, but the children always suffer from it.
They do not always suffer from it. That is not true.
Why do you think our children are crazy now? Why are the schools full of rebels?
Bad parenting. But that doesn't always mean because the parents are not there. It just means the parents...
That's going to be a good portion of it. You can't parent if you're not there.
She goes home every night. She knows what her
What's
kids
going
have
on
done.
during the day?
She has people, really good people
Obviously
watching
not watching because there's sperm flying all over the place.
That can happen anywhere.
Obviously it could happen at home. Ain't nobody there.
She's 17
And look who, what's the kid's name?
Bristol?
Yeah. Look who she was screwing. Some guy named after Pants.
Levi. Here's a hockey player.
Why do you want to name a kid after Pants?
Well, maybe that's a very popular name up there. I have no clue. But he's a big hockey player, very popular.
Sounds like a little redneck.
Well, what was that story about the redneck? About the MySpace page was fake. I'm a redneck. I hang out. I fish. I hunt.
Well, hang on. His MySpace page wasn't real.
There's a couple of those. Yeah, they were saying they kept popping up more and more. Last night were popping up as far as people that were saying they were him.
All right, look for the story. Which one, Alfie? Which line? 1. Yes, Dave.
Yeah, I was saying, why would we worry about her running the country? Because we have plenty of nannies.
Who dialed the phone for you?
I like that guy from...
Yes, Frank?
Hey, boss man. I love the show.
Thank you.
I got a question. What do you feel about Al Gore having children or, John Edwards with the...
I don't like the fact that Al Gore had kids because that's warming up this planet. As far as his fat ass.
him and the gargoyle had John Edwards and the gargoyle had children. I mean, you know.
Well, I think the gargoyle stays at home and watches them. At least she's keeping track of the front yard. I don't care if presidents have children. It's the mom that really should be in the equation someplace at the house. Running around field dressing moose.
You got that from Fred Thompson last night. I can't believe he said that. Did you not hear that?
No.
Oh, he said that. I don't have that audio, but he said it. He goes, we're going to have a vice president who can field dress a moose. You got a good laugh break.
She's an outdoors woman.
Okay.
That appeals to a lot of people.
Doesn't appeal to me. All I know is she's got those 5 kids, and she's not going to be around to raise them.
Well,
especially the special one.
One's going to Iraq. One is already old enough and is about to get married. You got 2 teenagers, and then you have...
But she's been out of the house for a while.
She comes home every night.
Big deal.
And the husband may stay at home for a while.
Do you know that?
I don't.
Well, then don't argue that.
But I know they have excellent health care.
Okay. So they got health care.
Excellent child care.
All right. Well, if nobody's home watching the kids, how do you know that they're sick?
You have child care.
Oh, you mean somebody actually watching them?
Yeah.
I just thought you meant medical coverage.
Well, I meant to say child care. I said medical care.
You're a fool.
I know that.
How dare you?
Burst his bubble.
Ass. All right, Dan, what's the story about his MySpace page?
Well, the New York Daily News said they checked out Levi's MySpace page, and in his profile, he describes himself as an effing redneck. According to the Daily News, Levi's profile description reads, I live to play hockey, I like to go camping, hang out with the boys, do some fishing, and just effing chillin', I guess. You F with me, I'll kick ass. The problem is his real MySpace profile is set to private, so someone created a fake one in which contains the info that's been quoted in all the news sources, and now both pages have been removed from the site.
Well, you don't know that wasn't really on his MySpace page.
Exactly.
Kids named after pants.
So what?
You let your kids for somebody named after pants.
He's got enough names. So
my brother Tough Skins. What?
Runs in the family. And her name's Bristol. That's not the point. But yeah, probably when he started dating a governor's daughter, I think probably all those things were brought down. It would make sense. Doesn't mean it happened. It would just make sense.
Yes, Heather.
Yes, I was just wanting to make a comment about you said that all moms should stay at home.
Uh-huh.
If you did that, like in my case, you would have a lot of people on welfare when they're fully capable of holding down a job.
All right, well, hang on. Are you talking about a 2-parent family, or are you talking about a single mom?
No, 2 parents.
Well, don't have kids if you can't afford for somebody to stay home.
Well, not all of us can have a $100,000 a year job.
Who could live on that?
I mean...
Stop it.
What?
Quit. It's a lot of money for a lot of people.
It's poverty-stricken.
Well, for you, yes.
My point is, if you can't afford the children, don't have them.
We can afford the children, but in order to...
Well, you can if both of you work. As a result, the child suffers.
No.
And if you go on welfare, then I got to pay for it.
Well, that's why we both have a job.
How many kids you got?
3.
And both of you have to work to support them?
Correct.
Then you had too many.
No.
Yeah. Who watches the kids during the day?
Daycare.
And you're okay with that?
They go to school.
And you don't mind that you got strangers watching your kids?
No, they're not strangers when you know the people that are watching your kids.
How do you know?
2 out of the 3 are in school all day, and they're only in daycare a few hours a day.
How long before you went back to work when you had the first one?
The first one was probably about 2 months. The family takes care of the kids.
Because you didn't want to?
No, because I had a job and I was not married.
How'd that happen?
Well, you know how that happened. But
no, tell me your story, whore.
Everybody.
Stop that.
You're evil.
She called me.
Well, still, you don't.
I didn't just get out the phone book and start dialing up numbers. I'm gonna call until I get me a knocked up mom.
You're a whore. Things happen.
Mark Davis got in an argument with some chick today.
Mark Davis got in an argument?
Yeah.
I missed this. Okay.
Oh, he climbed up this chick's ass.
What's he on recently? I heard him do that the other day with somebody. Go ahead.
What did he do the other day?
Oh, he got somebody called him up and said, just misquoted him, and He even at the end said, maybe I'm punchy. I need to leave the kid. It was the last day of the convention. He goes, I haven't been sleeping well. I'm going to leave now. But he goes, that's not what I said. Are you listening? Have you lost your... Check and see if you have ears. He was like, man, Mark goes, and he finally goes, okay, I'm going to get rid of you now. And I think I'll just go home. This is a little too much for me.
That's what he did with his chick. I think he brought up the point, if you got a special needs child, maybe you want to think about taking on the VP role if that child's going to need special care. He didn't say she shouldn't. He said you just should stop long and hard and think about that. It's a fair evaluation.
It is.
Some chick called up, actually was beyond offended. She's screaming at him, women could go to work and have kids. He goes, I didn't say they couldn't. And then it just escalates. And I really thought he was going to call her a gash.
No, he wouldn't do that. How far up did he get? Up her rear?
Screaming.
Did he? I love it when he does that. He actually turned back and apologized when I heard him. I went, Mark, don't apologize. Think I was an idiot. You were right. You should do that more often. Did it feel? I bet it. I mean, turn the microphone on. That felt pretty good.
Well, he doesn't like to do it a lot because he's got a call-driven show, and if you chew out all the callers, nobody wants to visit with him.
Well, that's the idea. You've been trying to get pissed off, angry moms on, and a lot of them won't call because they know what you're going to do to them when they get on.
Why am I trying to get moms on?
Because you want to get them pissed off. They're working. I have to work. Why don't you shut up?
Well, first of all,
all kinds of money. You're a rich man. You don't understand what it's like to make $20,000 a year trying to raise 2 kids.
I got cash because I chose not to have children.
Well, I chose to have them.
I don't have really any responsibilities, so I shove money in the bank. That's my choice. Possibly I'm not going to have the joy of raising a bunch of tards.
And I have no tards. My kids are beautiful and brilliant.
If you had them, they're retarded.
They're not either. Oh, come up there.
That was pretty close to the conversation he had. Do you have children? Yes. Good Lord.
Yeah. Oh, my. I'm going to send him an email. That's pretty hot. That's cutting edge.
What are those, Alfie?
They're all about mom staying at home.
Well, first of all, I can get rid of some of these. I'm not talking about if the dad's not around. If you're in a situation you got to work, there's no issue with that.
You said that before, but still.
If you're put in a situation the dad bails, yeah, you got to work. That makes sense. That's just surviving. But if you got 2 of you and you made this decision knowing that both of you are going to have to work to pay for these kids, then you shouldn't have had them.
My kids are in danger.
And if one of you wants to stay home and you're going to be on welfare, don't make me pay for your children. Don't ask for help because you can't control your loins.
I had kids because I want to have them, and you know what? I want to go back to work, too. I want to have a career, and my kids are very well taken care of. My kids are probably better taken care of than your dogs are. Somebody's watching my kids. Who's watching your dog?
My dogs are...
What?
Always
abandoned.
They're entertained.
With what?
They had themselves to lick. It seems to be an all-day process. I leave, they're licking. I come home, they're licking. Sometimes they get tired. One of the dogs spells them, and they lick themselves for a while.
Sorry, this is just the most bizarre direction I can take the argument for you and your dogs.
It's beyond narcissistic. I'm going to have a kid, and I'm going to go back to work in 2 months.
Well, there are people out there that will take care of my children in a very healthy atmosphere.
Why don't you raise them? Why do you want to trust somebody just because they're state certified to handle your child or anything, especially when your child's at a point they can't speak. They can't tell you if anything's happened during the day.
I can't make that argument.
At least as a parent, if you're in the situation where you want to go back to work, at least wait until the kid can talk. So if something happens during the day, they can tell you.
And my kids never did go, so I can't really make that argument. But the other thing is when they're 2 and 3 and 4 can talk, hey, they're learning social skills that they'll use in school.
Okay, that's fine. Go send them someplace if they can come back and report something to you if something happens.
Unfortunately, I totally agree with that one.
Why is that unfortunate?
Because the argument dies if I can't argue with you.
Well, that's okay. I can find something else.
I'm sure you'll find
I got
someone.
the phone lines lit up. I'm sure there's some... Is there a chick on there? You want to tell me which line? You just want to nod your head.
Line 5.
Thanks. How long before we need a break, Flo? What's her name?
I didn't get it. I just put her on hold.
What's your name, woman?
Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hello.
What do you want?
Oh, I didn't know you were talking to me yet. My husband...
Did I just call her Jennifer?
You did, actually. I asked her name, and she responded.
Okay, my husband and I worked out a schedule where he works nights, I work days. And I have a 4-year-old, and she actually wanted to go back into daycare because she enjoyed playing with the other kids and the interaction during the day.
All right. And you're going to
So
leave it
what
up
about
here.
this
You're going to leave
situation?
it.
Okay.
Leave it up. Well, first of all, if you guys rearrange your schedule so somebody could watch the kid, you're more concerned about raising them than your careers. And that's really what this boils down to. What's more important, your career or your children?
Absolutely. But some people don't have the luxury.
Well, that was disappointing.
Sorry.
What about her marriage? I mean, at that point, if they're having alternating schedules, where do they have time for each other at that point?
Well, obviously, they still put the kids forefront.
Yeah, I guess
And
so.
nobody seems to want to do that anymore.
Well, that's what
they want to have it all. I want to go to work. I want to. I went to college for a reason. I want to use that. I want to have a baby.
So me and my ex did. I worked nights, she worked days. The kids always stayed at home. We just arranged it that way. Of course, we're divorced.
Well, so it was happy ending.
In that case, it was.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Plus, you got to nail the neighbor.
Will you stop with that? How the hell did this turn around on me?
I'm just trying to brighten the mood.
Neighbor nailer?
I'm not. No.
Yes.
Had nothing. That was years later. That was
No,
years.
it wasn't.
But from the time I had a child, yes, it was.
You were still married?
When I was nailing the neighbor?
Yeah.
Well, legally, yes, but we were separated. But that was years and years and years after we had the baby. The baby was 8, 9.
Well, what about the fact you're
10
nailing
years
one of your
old.
friend's wives?
He wasn't really that close of a friend.
All right, do we need a break here? All right.
Did you ever return his call?
Yeah, we actually talked for a long time. It was great. Buddies. We're best friends forever.
Obviously, he got wind of something. Of course, it took 12 years. And he calls JD, leaves a message on his voicemail up here.
We're having a little party.
JD, don't call him back.
It's a hunting party.
if it was no big deal, why don't you just call him and talk with him?
We did as far as you know.
You didn't talk to him.
We weren't that close of friends. I told you.
Actually, closer to the wife.
Many times.
Wow. We'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
Is that you, Dan?
Yep.
All right, what do you got?
All right. I mentioned that problem in McKinney earlier on 75 southbound. Got a little more info on that. That's right there, 75 southbound at White Avenue. It's closed because the tanker truck is topped over onto its side and it's actually leaking fuel. Your alternate route is Highway 5, and the northbound has a left lane blocked with delays from Stacy. Also in Dallas, 75 northbound at Walnut Hill. Someone forgot their drawer full of clothes. It fell out the back of a truck, and that's now on the right side of the highway right there at the exit. And also in Dallas, the North Tollway at Keller Springs. There's an accident reported there. Dallas, I-30 eastbound, the ramp to Walton Walker. There is no ramp. It's closed because there's a car on fire. So that's kind of in the way. And also in Fort Worth, 820 westbound at Beach Street, there's an accident. There it has both shoulders blocked, and that has you backed up to Highway 183. There's your check of traffic. I'm Dan O'Malley on the Russ Martin Show.
Thank you there, Dan. All right, the Gustav has left us a little cooler, 72 for the low, only 88 tomorrow for the high. Overcast and 75 now on Live 105.3.
I found out during the break that Gavin had gone to engineering and asked them to pull the access card history record to see what day I came up over the weekend and sabotaged his office.
Why is it that big of a deal?
He didn't seem to care that I stuck a couple hundred Post-it notes in his office. It was how I got in there.
Well, that's not a sign of guilt if you swept your card. Anyone could have done that. You can come through the front door and do that.
Well, I think what he's trying to figure out is what day I came up and who could have been here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
To either let me in or help me get in.
Because obviously you don't have a key. Somebody had to give you one. Only certain people have them, so that would limit it down.
How does he know he doesn't have a key?
Well, that's another good question. We've taken his keys a few times. We could have made a copy.
And it still doesn't mean it was me with the Post-it notes.
I think you kind of admitted it once.
Okay. Gavin, why you got a hard on for this?
Man, it's my job. It's my job title, and I have a right to look at who's going in and out of this building.
You did it to try and see if you could nail me or who possibly helped me get into your office.
You don't know that. I could be doing it for security purposes, see who's going in and out. Very protective around here.
They told... We're protective in this building?
That's correct.
You got security doors that all you got to do is open. They don't. They have locks. They just don't work.
Don't give away our secrets.
Why don't you get them fixed? And why are you worried about when I'm coming and going? Just see if you can figure out who helped me get into your office.
I think it's important to know this stuff.
Why?
You don't think it's important. So if you were in my position, you wouldn't want to know who let you in my office.
So you don't trust me?
No. Why would I trust you?
Have I ever done anything to any of your personal stuff in your office?
Yeah.
What?
God, the list. You look through my things. You send emails on my laptop.
And?
Those are doing things to my personal things.
Have I done anything to breach any security? Do I tell anyone?
You were discussing, you were going through folders which had salary information on it.
Don't leave it on top of your desk.
Oh, see? I'm sorry. I will get a safe in here.
All right. Go ahead.
Is that going to help the process? So I think I have a right to know when and where and who helped you out.
All right. And let's say you found out. Let's say I did it.
Okay.
And you find out who helped me out with it. What are you going to do?
I will discuss it when I get to that point and when I come to a resolution.
What are you going to do to him?
That is between me and that person.
No, because they'll tell me.
Well,
then we got a little threesome going.
At some point, I have to establish myself, and I think it's time to establish myself.
Okay, you do that.
But the bottom line is that you came into my office because it was your handwriting.
You don't know it was my handwriting.
Oh, my God. Like I said, who else on a Jagger billboard will put a Post-it saying butt buddy? No one else would do that. Who else would put on the Russ Martin mock billboard, Savior?
He may have you on that one.
But there has to be somebody else in this building that would like me enough to do that.
It could be someone that wanted to pose as you.
Frame job.
Exactly. That's why else would they put that down there?
You know damn well if somebody came in and did that, put those on the little miniature billboards in your office, it's a hose.
So
how dare you?
Someone mimicked your handwriting.
My handwriting is really not that distinctive.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Ah.
Were any of them signed Russ?
No.
Then maybe it wasn't me.
I won't even put some of the notes that you said. I can't say it on the air.
I saw most of them. Most of them you could read.
There were a few that Gavin wouldn't want to repeat just because of his association with different companies.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, I know one of them you're talking about.
Yeah.
How about the picture of me where you put dork with an arrow?
Again, that doesn't mean it was me. You left out the other one where they put dingus.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting to it.
Oh, you kept all of them?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you just run them and have them all analyzed?
I just might.
All right, fine. Continue with your investigation.
I don't know why you're mad at me.
And then you call David Henry and rat me out every time. Narc.
Am I calling David Henry this time?
You called him last time when you thought we put an open house sign in front of your house.
You did put an open house sign in front of my house.
I didn't.
You did.
I wasn't anywhere near your house.
Someone on the show did.
Trey did it. Damn, he's good.
Yeah, he is. He got you.
We didn't have anything to do with that. You called David Henry and you bitched to him about it.
It was on a Sunday, and that's my personal time.
You're a narc. You're a stoolie. You dropped dime on me.
Nice attempt to turn, but unfortunately, you're the culprit.
I got nothing to say to you. Nobody else talk to Gavin ever again.
Stop it.
5 o'clock at KLLI, Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. Dan O'Malley's here with news.
Thank you, Russ. Wednesday, September 3rd, 2008. Birthdays today. Olympic softball pitcher Jenny Finch turns 28. Charlie Sheen is 43. And porn star Amber Lynn turns 45.
Movies.
She starred in 331 of them, including The Poonies, Ball Street, Memory Lane, and, of course, the ever-popular Crocodile Blondie.
Classics.
Classics.
Police say a homeowner in a North Tarrant County community was defending his family when he shot and killed an intruder with his own weapon early on Wednesday. 2 shotgun-toting men first broke into the garage of a house in the 2600 block of Calico Rock Drive in Fort Worth, taking some police radio gear used by a neighborhood crime watch officer. They stole a car, drove it to the Blue Mound residence about 2 miles away. This time, the intruders were met with resistance. They broke into the home of Keith and Kelly Hone. Shortly after midnight, police said Kelly struggled with the smaller of the 2 bandits after they kicked down the front door and pointed a shotgun. Keith then took on the other and managed
I don't know if I'd had the balls to shoot at somebody with a shotgun.
Well, he actually wrestled it away first.
Okay, well, even less balls I'd have.
He took on the other, managed to wrestle his shotgun away. Keith then fired, and the intruder fell dead. The other suspect was shot and wounded, but was able to flee the scene. He was taken into custody a short time later. He said, of course, Hone is unlikely to be charged because it appears he shot the men out of concern for his sleeping children and wife.
They broke into his house with a shotgun, and he shot them with their own gun?
Yes.
Why would there be any cause for an investigation?
I don't think there is. They just, in the news story, they always see it fitting that they have to say that.
To wrap it up, saying he won't be charged with anything. We got that.
What were you going to say, Trey?
His wife took on one of them?
Yeah, she grabbed the actual barrel of the shotgun, started wrestling, and he came out. He was asleep in another room, came out and...
Oh, I wasn't paying attention to that part.
Yeah.
She started the confrontation. Well,
she was awake, and she was in the room when they came through the door. He was asleep in the bedroom. She grabbed, the guy came at her, put the shotgun to her head. She grabbed it and moved it away and held onto the barrel, wouldn't let it go. That's where the struggle ensued. He came out of the bedroom, apparently finally got the gun away from the guy, and the safety's on, and so he points the gun at the guy. The guy realizes the safety's on. He charges at him just about the time the homeowner figures out how to get the safety off.
Come closer.
Yeah, and he goes, the guy was charging at me. I had no other option but, put one in his tummy.
Oh, look at that. Safety's on. Well, I guess.
Ain't nothing I can do here.
Must be screwed.
You sure it's on?
Not now.
Oh.
Ooh. Damn, those buttons are so vexing.
We need to get something for that woman.
Yeah. I mean, well, what I thought about is they're home today. One of the news departments said, they're inside cleaning up after the mess. Maybe we get somebody to go over and clean their house or something, at least.
Yeah. They don't consider that when you have a home invasion, that just because you have the defense to shoot them, everybody thinks the police or somebody comes and cleans it up.
No, they leave the mess and they take off after they've taken all the pictures and remove the body.
There are actual companies that specialize in those sorts of cleanups.
Yeah, I've seen the billboards. Those are nasty.
Yeah, gross.
I forget the name of the company.
I talked to a guy that worked for one time. He said it's the nastiest thing you ever get. Suicides. He had pictures.
What do they charge for something?
I have no idea what they charge. Once it depends on, I would imagine how bad it is. But he talked about that guy that was killed in my apartment. Died in my apartment complex, and they didn't find him for like a week. He had melted through the mattress onto the floor and into the carpet. His body had turned black and just melted into the stuff. And they have to literally...
It's a big deal. Change out the pads.
Well, no. Don't change out the pads. You have to scrub everything. You pretty much have to do the apartment over. Sheetrock, do the floor, some kind of chemical they do on the floor. It's thousands and thousands of dollars when it gets that bad.
Sounds very lucrative.
He said it was, after a while, he says, the weird part about seeing dead bodies and bloated dead bodies and brains slung all over the place. After a while, it's just another job.
Get desensitized
you
to it.
Totally do.
All right. Go ahead, Dan.
Police used tear gas and flashbang grenades to break up protesters near the site of the Republican National Convention Tuesday night. A police spokesman says the protesters were apparently trying to...
All right. Who floated that one?
Trey Trenholm.
Sorry.
Good God.
Lysol.
I don't have any.
You what?
No.
I don't have clatter!
None over here.
Quick. Quicker.
Ever, why are you complaining?
Yeah.
Because it's not mine.
Oh, my Jesus.
I
God
know.
hell. God.
Look at Trey just chuckling.
Spin the wheel. Yeah, spin the wheel.
I couldn't help it.
Yeah, you said that earlier this week when you blew out the 3 or 4 turtles. You go over there and spin that wheel. The rule is you go out in the hall if you're going to float something.
It just came out.
They don't just come out. Spin a wheel. Spin it for him, Chloe.
Riley. Man.
I'm surprised that Clark didn't spin the wheel on his own. What did you get, Chloe?
I can't read it.
Can't see through the fog.
What does it say?
Sickle Fest.
Oh, is that a Dan thing?
Yes.
Whatever you want it to be.
That where you count their ribs?
Yeah. But that doesn't seem harsh enough.
Well, listen to
It was just a fart.
Not according to their reaction.
Yeah, you've thrown down the toot gauntlet.
It didn't make it over you, Dan?
Not yet. That's what's scaring the hell out of me.
Yeah, me too. I'm stopping breathing.
It's the slow movers that scare me.
I know any moment I'm going to inhale it and it's going to go.
It's like a big stench train. Kind of make its way through the studio.
Slowly. Oh, there it is. Oh.
Don't wave it over here.
I'm sorry.
I want you to sell that thing. Don't bring it back in here.
Okay. Oh, Lord. Okay.
What were we doing?
News, I believe. Protesters, Republican National Convention.
All right.
Okay, so police spokesman said the protesters were apparently trying to breach security at the convention site. They were part of a tense anti-poverty march that included an estimated 2,000 people. The group had marched from the state capitol after an impromptu Rage Against the Machine concert.
Well, that's a controversial angle to take. Anti-poverty?
Yes.
Is there a pro-poverty group?
I think everyone should be broke.
Nobody likes a classless society.
I guess they're just saying, the fact that everybody thinks they're worse off than they were 4 years ago, and it's all Bush's fault. Never mind the fact that it's oil and it's war and everything else. It's all Bush's fault.
No, they do this. This is not just Bush. They do this at a G8 summit, World Bank, anything. Because basically, they consider...
Hang on, what city was this?
St. Paul, yeah.
I bet they don't do it there again.
No.
Because these cops sound grenade happy.
Well, these people...
I saw some of the video. There was one protester who was getting dragged down the street by the cops.
Yeah, at first I didn't think that was actually in our country. I thought that looks like something you see overseas someplace. I went, oh, man, where's that? Beijing? Is that, St. Paul?
It's a convention. You got presidential candidates. And obviously security is going to have to be stepped up. That's not a situation where you want the crowd to get out of control. So you got to drag somebody around by their hair for a little bit.
Drag people around by their hair.
You did?
I know. Several of the cops did. And they really, really seemed to enjoy that spray as well as the smoke.
Yeah, I saw part of the video. You had a group of people weren't really coming at the cop. Obviously, he wanted to be proactive and sprayed them down.
Some of the people, they said, were trying to leave, and there was so much stuff in the air they couldn't run. They couldn't get away.
Shouldn't have been protesting.
Well, and they've already made threats that they're going to try to get into the convention and disrupt things on TV. And
one of the, I think it was one of the newspapers, found an affidavit. They found some paperwork that some of these protesters had plans on kidnapping some of the candidates.
Really?
Some of the delegation.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. Then in that case, it kind of makes sense. You step up what you're going to do. We're going to make, the very first time you step out of line, we're going to bring out our new toys. We have a box over here set aside.
I believe before they gassed them down, they read the disperse statement. Obviously not too loud.
Jimmy, sit in the car and read this. What this says?
Just go sit in the car, roll the windows up, turn the radio on, and read it.
Says, I need
not out loud.
All right, it says to do it in a megaphone full volume right here on the top.
I don't know how long they waited, but they seemed to gas them down pretty quick.
Yeah, I don't think they had any intention of messing around with these people. Because they've pulled us before at other places. They're socialist. They think we should have a classless society and everyone should be equal. And
well, you get grenaded just for that.
Again, your first protest, make a point. If you run this footage, nobody's going to be, people will be a little slower to argue again.
Oh, let them get into the convention. Secret Service has so much fun with these people.
Yeah, I think I just leave one of the doors propped open.
And you stand a better chance outside because at least people can see you.
Yeah,
they have bleachers.
You got someplace to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk away from this door. Boy, this sucker will not lock.
Ooh, I feel naked.
I got an hour break. Can't wait.
All right. They do anything else? I just read about the grenades and the dragging people around.
No, you pretty much got the gist of it. The only additional thing was a self-described anarchist group called the RNC Welcoming Committee They claim that they disrupted the convention, and it hints at more trouble in the days ahead. So who knows?
Yeah, people running up and down the streets, knocking out windows.
Yeah, I saw that.
How does that help your cause?
It doesn't. Makes it look like a radical nut. I don't even know what they're doing. I don't even know what they're for, because all you see is you break the window, B, you get the mace in the puss, and then you get drugged around.
Yeah, the cause is secondary.
Yeah, if you were there to prove some type of point or make a statement, I missed it.
Yeah.
Short of what not to do.
Now you're just YouTube fodder.
Yeah. Cops have got to, We're getting the convention? Sweet.
Don't let nobody in with hair plugs. Those always come out. I don't know why they thought they were going to get away with anything when you've got the GOP convention going on and presidential candidates.
Serious security. And people, you got jets flying around and everything else. You're going to create a problem in the streets? Well, hell you.
All right, good now.
John McCain's campaign on Wednesday angrily called for an end to questions.
Hang on, there's footage on Fox right now. Somebody getting sprayed.
There we go.
Which TV is it?
Sprayed and drug.
Is it 2?
Yeah.
Committee for smashing windows, slashing tires, throwing bottles.
Back it up.
Spectacle.
Yeah, the cops spraying.
Been nearly 300 arrests following sometimes.
Yeah, he's dragging one guy with his left hand and spraying people with the other one.
Makes sense, though.
On confrontations. One self-described anarchist group is...
Well, somebody tried to pull his victim away from him. Yeah. That's when they got sprayed. He's pulling the guy down the street and somebody grabbed him by his feet. Rude.
It looked like someone swung something at his head as well.
Already claimed success.
Back it up.
For another night of protests heading...
Who was that? Brett Hume?
Brett Hume.
Yeah. Well, he looked like a sleepy hound dog.
He does. He has not aged well at all.
Into today, there'd been nearly 300 arrests following
Somebody should put a dog collar in there.
Violent confrontations. One self-described anarchist group has already claimed success, saying it is crack.
That's one of the biggest containers of mace I've ever seen.
It looks like a 2-liter bottle. It looks like a fire extinguisher.
It's as big as a home fire extinguisher. We get this crap in bulk.
Somebody knocked him down. I'd go after him, too.
The spectacle. Police are blaming the group, which calls itself the RNC Welcoming Committee, for smashing windows, slashing tires, throwing bottles, and starting at least one fire. Also, a hearing is scheduled Friday.
And I know the cops took some heat over this. You have no idea what these people what their intentions are, and they're all running around with masks on.
Yeah, what they're capable of. You have to get control of it very quickly.
And if you got to drag one down the street just to get some type of order, that's all right.
Let him go. I got this one fair and square. He's mine.
Look, somebody's trying to pull him out of your hands. This one's mine.
I like how Brett Hume chuckled as the victim got dragged away.
By the cop or his buddies?
When one of the buddies dragged the victim away, Brett Hume chuckles.
Look, they share.
Well, they took his stuff.
It was just funny that he got a kick out of it.
All right, good, Dan.
All right, well, John McCain's campaign on Wednesday angrily called for an end to questions about running mate Sarah Palin's background, calling it a faux media scandal designed to destroy the first female Republican nominee for vice president. According to senior campaign advisor Steve Schmidt, he said in a written statement, this nonsense is over. The statement stood out for its admission that Palin is under siege. It condemns this vetting controversy and for its attempt to blunt questions about how rigorously McCain and his campaign explored the background of a candidate who may get the nation's second most powerful job.
Well, the other thing with McCain is, let's say he did know about
the baby
and decided against her and went with another candidate that was male. If the women's groups found out, they were going to crawl up his ass over that. I still don't think he knew.
You don't think he knew at all that this was coming down? God, wouldn't that be... Okay, this is perfect. We finally got...
Why is it wasn't announced until, was it Saturday? It was right after she was nominated for the VP role.
Yeah, it came out that and...
Why didn't we know about it sooner? She's governor. What's the big cover-up?
It's Alaska. I mean, you're... Probably news travels a little bit slower up there. And I would think probably you don't want to steal the thunder of her being announced and then a couple days later go, okay, there's something else we got to tell you. Everybody sit down.
And somebody on McCain's campaign said, that's the end of the surprises. So you didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. You're right. They said you're right.
The daughter may not have told her. She wasn't showing, obviously, because, I mean, she was in the picture.
She's showing someplace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, quit. Boobs.
I didn't say. Did I say boobs?
No.
Well, the fact that they have to defend the vetting process, it's kind of like Nixon when he says, "I'm not a crook." If if there isn't a problem, that's not the sort of thing that you have to defend. Nobody's defending Joe Biden and the vetting process that occurred there.
Why did they call it vetting instead of a background check?
That I don't know. I don't know the origin of that word.
Obviously, it doesn't sound as suspicious. Why are you doing a background check? We're not. We're vetting.
And that's the same thing?
Nope.
Well, it seems to be looking into their background. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are.
No.
You're investigating.
If we did a background check, we'd have asked her if she was raising a whore.
Your vetting's more laid back.
Clearly.
We're not as concerned with what her kids are doing.
More PC.
And why you want to pick a chick with 5 kids? Because really, sooner or later, one of them's going to blow it.
You do have a point there. But again, she Trey believes it, and I sort of do too. It's a good call overall of everybody he could have picked.
I don't like it because if something happens to McCain in his 70s, all of a sudden she's president, and she's president for the rest of his term.
You just hope.
And if something happens with Russia, right in the middle of them rebuilding and reinstituting the Cold War, I don't want some chick that's been governor of Alaska.
Quit with Alaska.
Just because it's closer to Russia doesn't mean she really knows that much about him.
Like I said, the only thing time will tell whether it's a good call or not. I kind of think of everybody he could pick, who else would he have picked? Some white guy that's going to make him look like two old white men going after it.
Well, that's normally what we've had in the White House, and I don't think anybody's going to make issue with that.
But because we have Obama on the other side, I truly believe he had to break ranks and do something totally different.
Maybe the thinking was, Obama's close to being in the White House. He's got no experience. What does anybody care if the vice president has a little bit more experience than Obama?
I think that's a fair argument. But I don't have a problem. If something does happen, she seems to have her crap together. She's a strong woman. I don't got no problem if she assumes the presidency.
We got an email about that. It says, this double standard about Palin's inexperience versus Obama is starting to piss me off. First, she's not running for president. Obama is. Second, she's experienced executive level leadership, first as a mayor for 6 years and a governor for 2. Within her experience...
A mayor where?
It was a small town in Alaska.
Okay. Well, that's pretty close.
All right. Within her experience as a Republican, she exposed corruption within the Republican Party in Alaska, challenged the chairman of the Republican Party for this, and won.
What kind of turmoil could have been going on up there?
Well, apparently it was pretty bad. She even got, I think the big thing they said is she got the state airplane and sold it on eBay. First thing, we don't need a state airplane. And that was kind of a little flag. Look, I'm in control now.
Okay.
I don't know how bad things were in Alaska. I really don't follow Alaska politics.
Because she all of a sudden had a yard sale.
Trey, do you know anything more about the Alaska politics and the mess the state was in?
I just know that they said it was very corrupt. I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, you had the bridge to nowhere, everything else. I don't think anyone, it's Alaska.
Again, I don't want somebody that's that close to the presidency running this country. And as old as McCain is, something could happen.
But, I mean, okay, Biden is a vice president. Okay. He's got experience. But, I mean, what about Obama? He doesn't have that much experience either.
That's why I wouldn't vote for him.
Well, then the vice president, I mean, same thing. I mean,
I wouldn't vote for him, and I wouldn't vote for her.
Well, then what are you going to do? But you're not voting
for her. I'm not voting.
So why are we discussing it? You don't care.
Because nobody really seemed to think this out long term. If something happens to John McCain, she's in the Oval Office, and especially with all the turmoil going on with Russia right now, that's not somebody I want running this country.
Once again,
she's nice to look at, but unless we sit her over there to give a hand job to Putin, nothing's really going to happen.
You don't know that.
If she beat off Putin?
Obviously, she's going to get
We've never tried that. Right?
Cold War is over.
Yeah, send MILF 1 over to Russia. Do we need a break? All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Show.
All right, Daniel, what else you got?
Well, we were talking about Sarah Palin. She spent about 10 minutes on stage this morning walking through the speech she'll make when she accepts the GOP's nomination for VP. Former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani told ABC's Good Morning America that if Palin had been president when the U.S. came under attack on September 11th, he's confident she would have been able to handle the crisis. Giuliani will give the convention's keynote address this evening. Palin's family will...
Should have been 35, 36.
What else is he going to say? He has to come up and say something like that. He has to come on, what is it, Good Morning America, what was it?
Yes.
And say, of course she could handle anything that a man can handle. He's the keynote address guy tonight. I think she's a complete waste of skin.
There's no way for anybody to really handle the situation. But I also don't think somebody running in Alaska would have been who I'd have shoved up in the forefront.
Certainly not a first choice of anybody. What did Kay Bailey? We have a story about Kay Bailey too. What she said about her.
Yeah, she wasn't nearly as glowing.
She wasn't as what?
Nearly as glowing.
Kay Bailey doesn't like her.
Well, a couple of days ago, she wholeheartedly endorsed Palin, but then today had a quote that was somewhat less resounding.
What'd she say?
JD has the direct quote, but
yeah,
somebody read it to me. Everybody's pointing around the room.
She says she offers a lot to the ticket. We'll see in the coming weeks how she does, where she goes, and I think she's going to do fine. Ms. Hutchinson also has been scheduled to speak Wednesday night, but a shuffling caused her speech on energy to the nation to be dropped from the program.
I didn't hear the quote that wasn't glowing.
Well, the question, read the question.
No, here, I didn't see that.
Okay. She has, Kay Bailey Hutchinson contrasted the full-throated defense of Sarah Palin by some of her party and lowered the bar Wednesday.
What'd she say, dude?
I'm getting there.
I don't care about the lead-up. Just tell me what she said.
Asked if Ms. Palin is ready to be vice president. She really didn't answer the question. She said, well, she offers a lot to the ticket. That's not, is she ready to be, the question
is that what you meant, Everett?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is she ready to be president? Well, she offers a lot. Not what I asked. Is she ready to be vice president?
Well, and there's more. There's more to the quote.
We'll see in the coming weeks how she does, where she goes, and I think she's going to do just fine.
That makes it sound like this is a work in progress.
Of course it is.
I know I'm not the first one to say this, but this is not on-the-job training.
No, and that's exactly what the Democrats are going to hammer home all the time. They're going to say, you're right, she has no experience. And then we're going to go back to the Obama thing. He has no experience.
That's actually, he can't throw it out there because then they throw it back. It's a back and forth. Both sides now just have to kind of drop it because McCain can't throw that mud at Obama because he's got Palin.
Well, actually, they've thrown it at Obama in a small degree because they said, look, we got a vice president, got more experience than the guy actually running for the office.
For the actual chair. Yeah, that's what people are saying. He's got 2 years. She's got 2 years. All right, she's a governor. He's been a senator. You know, is
that really the best we could do for this country?
You know what? I've been thinking about that myself. Is that really? Obviously, it is. Look at the people we went through. Look at them. This is going to be, and this is more interesting to me for some reason.
It almost sounds like McCain was just at a deadline and went, all right, I got to pick somebody.
Who's in the room?
I know there's nothing going on in Alaska. I mean, things are probably status quo.
Yeah,
she's hot.
Who runs that up there? That hot chick? Bring her down here. Won't meet her.
We could do a three-way in the Oval Office. Or leave her kids at the house, especially that fifth one.
All right.
Unless we need the windows cleaned. What is it, Trey?
God. His choices were just limited. Giuliani...
We got 300 million people in this country. Why would you would think that the pool to run this would be a little bit deeper than just somebody with a couple experience in Alaska. Or even Obama. He hasn't really had that much. His thing has been almost all charisma.
Mm-hmm. I know there's a real simple answer to this question. Why not Condoleezza Rice?
She didn't want it.
Okay.
She wants to go back to Stanford and be a dean and teach. And
well, it had to be somebody else that would want the gig.
What happened to Mitt Romney? He seemed to be a slam dunk and easy choice.
Mormon.
So?
It's an issue. You can't get around it. He couldn't get around it in his run for presidency when they polled...
I don't care what his religious background is. I just want to know if he's got the experience to run the country.
I know you don't, but a lot of people do.
Well, no, that's the government and politics thinking we're all stupid.
No, it's the fact that people, if you talk about a religion, people don't understand, and they have a lot of questions about, it would be, Mormon and the Church of Latter-day Saints. It scares people, and that's his liability. Truth of the matter is, he's a great leader. He pulled off the 2002 Winter Olympics.
And that's all I care about. I don't care how many wives he wants, or if he doesn't drink caffeine. You got that many wives, you don't need caffeine.
You can't stay up all night just worrying about them.
They also believe there's a third testament of Jesus Christ, and I think that disturbs a lot of
the Mormons.
Yeah,
I don't care. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. In the 2 days after McCain announced it,
you can skip past the politics stuff. We've talked about that for 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Is that all you got?
No, there's lots of stuff and just lots of the politics. Do you want to know about what Lindsay Lohan thinks about the Palin?
Yes. Excellent. Obviously, we'll come to some type of conclusion here.
The definitive answer. Lindsay Lohan tells us how she feels about Alaska Governor Sarah Palin's pregnant teen daughter. She said, quote, I think the real problem comes from the fact that we're taking the focus off of getting to know Sarah Palin and her political views and what she can do to make our country a less destructive place. It's
all right. That's a valid point, and it really has nothing to do if she can run the country or not. The thing that I'm concerned about is, why do you want to have 5 kids and you don't want to take care of them?
Oh, Lord. She had 5 children. That's just her choice. And she's obviously strong and smart enough to run a state. She's maybe smart enough to run this country. I don't know. I'm not saying because I know nothing about her. Nothing. I barely learned how to pronounce her name this week.
Well, there's obviously no commitment to the family. You got 5 kids, 4 of them before you became governor of Alaska.
They're being very
then you want to have another one.
They're being very well taken care of by my husband and my nanny and by me. We have 3 or 4 people.
Do you know if the husband's there or not? Because I'm really sick of hearing that.
No, but you don't either. So I mean, that's a ridiculous thing.
They said he's a professional fisherman. From what we've heard from the people calling in, that's something you got to spend all day doing because those fish are freaking tricky.
They're geniuses. I truly don't know what he does every day, all day, whether it's part-time, part of the year. I don't know.
All right, Dan.
Okay. The death toll is up to 23 in Haiti, where thousands have fled to shelters to escape flooding caused by Tropical Storm Hannah. The storm could become a hurricane again by Thursday as it moves toward the southeastern U.S. Florida Governor Charlie Crist declared a state of emergency to prepare for Tropical Storm Hannah, even as 2 more storms, Ike and Josephine, were lining up behind it.
I would love to go see a Category 1 or 2, maybe, storm hit. I was talking to Joy about that over the weekend, how cool it would be.
Was this before or after you went to the bar fight in Austin?
Did you tell him, Trey?
No.
How'd you find out about the bar fight?
I forget.
It was one. We're sitting at.
Did you win?
I didn't fight. It was some chick who happens to be a listener. Of course, I'm sitting in Austin with Joy. Joy's having a drink upstairs at this place, and this couple comes and sits down next to us. J.D. Ryan. Oh, Lord. Well, thank you. At least you're not the 5 chicks that asked me where Trey was the previous hour. They walk by me on the street and go, J.D., where's Trey? I don't know. So we're at the bar. They sit down. They invite themselves. She's toasted. And she starts telling them how much she loves the show, how much she wants to meet you, Russ, and all this stuff. Next thing I know, I go down to get Joy a drink. I come back up. She's got a chick by the hair with her boot on the chick's head, and she's screaming, "You are so done, bitch!" And she's stomping her head. And I said, "I'm going to make that a website. you'resodonebitch.com."
Did you ask what started it?
I got the hell out of there. I didn't want to be around the cops. I don't want to be there when it gets sorted out.
Well, she obviously had the situation under control.
She did. She had this chick by the hair down on the ground. I'm sure the other chick started it. I'm quite sure. But you can tell. You've been around there chick in a bar who's just borderline too drunk and a little bit too pushy.
Everett's had that at home.
No alcohol involved either.
Yeah, you could just tell she was volatile. I used to date a chick like that. You would tell when you get a couple cocktails in her, anything could happen.
But you have no clue what the story, the backstory was.
I was downstairs getting a drink, and I came back down, and there's commotion, but it had just started, so there wasn't a bunch of people around. I just see her with the hair and the boot, and she has a short skirt on and the full boots, and she just, "You are so done, bitch." And I got out of there. I said, Joy, maybe it's time for us to go home.
All right.
But that was it. That was a fun time.
Not one question? You didn't ask anybody
there was no
around?
time to ask.
As you're running out of the bar because you think the place is on fire?
If you're a listener, maybe she'll email me and tell me how it started.
Did you leave because, was this before or after the bar fight?
Yeah.
You had a lot of things over the weekend.
We did.
Well, Hippie Hollow, was that during the day that weekend?
I didn't tell anybody about Hippie Hollow.
Well, then I have no way to know.
Yeah, we went to Hippie Hollow. What's wrong with that? We went to have lunch at the Oasis. Remember the Oasis? You and I did the TV show?
No.
Yeah, you do. It's up on the cliff, the lake.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you don't remember. We had lunch at the Oasis, and we went.
Dan, you know what Hippie Hollow is?
Yes.
Nudist beach.
Mm-hmm. The only nudist beach in Texas that's a state park, really. And we went down there. Joy's never seen a nudist beach. I mean,
you guys spend 90% of your time naked anyway.
She'd never seen Hippie Hollow. And I said, I'm trying to explain to her.
I've seen Hippie Hollow, and there's really no majesty that goes along with it.
I've heard
you got a lake, and you got a bunch of fat people who really look like they just climbed out of the water.
Well, there's a whole new angle to it now that wasn't there when you and I were there, Russ, which is you walk down the very last turn, and it's all gay. All guys, all the time.
Well, hell yeah.
It's one thing.
See, that's the version I had heard.
No, the very first part when you walk in the park, it's a
trick.
Why'd you go down to the gay part?
We just kept walking. I didn't know it turned gay till you turned this last corner, and I looked over at Joy and I went, because all the boats were lined up and the music was blaring, and I went, I think we've gone too far.
How'd you know it was gay?
It was all guys naked, all of them, all the time.
Was that some new format?
Naked guys of the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
And today.
But none of them were light.
And there's no sign leading up to that?
Not a sign at all.
Even just something that goes, hey.
No, not at all. No, after you enter the park, there's a warning sign saying nudity beyond this point, 18-year-old older, but it says nothing about the last turn. And it's literally the last turn you make. And it's just around the corner, you go, different.
How many fellers were there?
Oh, gotta be 800.
800 naked men?
There were probably, Party Cove, you've never seen Party Cove?
No.
Okay, Party Cove is just a mass of boats. Most of them are next to each other and tied up.
You had 800 old naked men out on the beach?
They weren't all old.
What does that mean?
I mean, a lot of them were in their 20s and 30s.
What's that cost to get in?
$8 per car.
Everybody in the car for $8?
Yes, it's the car. It's
better than the drive-in.
It's a straight park.
And that's especially one entrance where you want to check the trunk.
It's a state park. Anyway, we turned around, we left. She goes, I've seen enough. I said, yeah, me too.
Okay, so there's no sign, there's no picture, no warning of any kind that you've turned this corner and here's what is there. As you're walking through the crowd of the Strait, no one tapped you on the shoulder?
Nope.
Said, hey.
They assume if you're there, you know what's going on. You know where you're going. Nobody talks to anybody. Nobody bothers anybody. And it's couples.
Were they playing games?
Nobody was playing any games. No, why? No games.
I'm just curious what you do all day with a bunch of other naked men on the beach.
Exactly like the Party Cove. There was none of that. That's like the Party Cove. People are just playing music, swimming.
They're
floating.
naked.
They're all naked. You're right. And a bunch of guys they'll all be, on floats and boats and floating around.
Well, obviously, there's got to be something sexual going on because most guys don't hang out naked for the camaraderie.
I don't know what happens later, but of course, lots of signs: no sexual activity allowed. You will be arrested. You will be thrown in jail.
Did you see any police out there?
Yes, I did see.
In the midst of the 800 naked gay men?
There was a state boat that kept kind of cruising 300, 400 yards away.
That's where I'd be.
Yeah. I'm not going there.
Oh, yeah, Billy, you're assigned to the... no, I'm not! I did it last week!
You got the goo blockers?
Make Jimmy do it!
Jimmy's still cleaning his eyes out.
He's still recovering.
All right, so you got in the bar fight, and then y'all went looking at naked men
for the afternoon. Look at the naked men. We just simply went to look at Hippie Hollow. It turned out to be naked men. At the very last term was naked men. But anyway.
You're a party beast.
We had a lot of fun. We had only 2 days, and I tried to show her as much as
Well, it seems like you squeezed a lot in.
As much of Boston as we possibly could. And we floated the Guadalupe on Sunday morning.
Was that the gay float day?
Don't give me the gay float thing.
Is that what it was? Wasn't there a gay float event going on over the weekend?
Last splash, but there are...
Dude, come on out.
There are women there. I brought a woman.
They're called lesbians.
No, there were couples and families.
And yesterday, JD throws this out. He wants credit for this. You know how he got the massage from the guy a couple of weeks ago?
Right.
Popped a boner.
Oh, yeah. I heard about
JD
that.
gets another massage by a chick over the weekend.
Yeah.
Says he got another boner.
Oh, he's trying to even it out.
Oh. He wanted to point that out.
It just
look. See what happened? Dude, you buy.
Yeah. It's not buy. It's Cialis. I took the Cialis again.
But you threw the chick out like that was supposed to be some type of validation. See, I'm not gay. Ha, dude, you buy.
And how do we know you weren't thinking about guys?
No, stop it. I wasn't thinking about
I miss Terry.
I'm cheating on him. Hope he don't find out.
Man, this is so taboo, but it's on.
Yeah, because it seems like you really studied the crowd at the Hippie Hollow.
It don't take long to figure out when you look down there's 800 naked
Why'd
men.
you pick gay weekend to go?
To what? Hippie Hollow or is it
Austin?
Oh, that was just the
You went to the gay float parade,
and
then you went to the nude male beach.
Because we had...
Dude, come on out.
It's okay. I would be fine with it if I was, but I'm not. Gay. But no, we picked that weekend because we could have 3 days, got a rental car, just made a weekend of it, had a good time. That's all. I didn't pick the gay weekend. I didn't know the last splash was even happening. We made these plans long before that guy called on Thursday and told us that.
But you still went.
Well, of course, I had reservations at a hotel.
Okay.
Well, you can't cancel those.
No, I wouldn't want to. I had a great time. We had a blast. Went to 5th Street.
Not when you got the smorgasbord going on.
Yeah.
Tried to hook up with Trey. Never could find him.
I bet you did. Maybe Trey was having sex with women.
Maybe so.
Y'all are in different parts of town.
No. Around 6th Street.
Trey was went out to get ice like at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Some drunk chick in the hall stops him. Dancing with me. So he dances with her for a little bit. Then he goes back to the room with her. Opens the door to this guy. Hey, Trey!
It was the damnedest thing.
Never get away.
I wasn't in the room 8 feet. Trey, I love the show, buddy. Come over here.
Hot damn, celebrity ass!
Yeah, we're pretty popular now.
Why, were you going to hook up with the chick and you walked in and it's her husband? He happened to know you. So you're like, oh, thank God he knows me. I can leave without getting my ass kicked?
No, they were like having a room party. There was like 10 people in there. It was beyond bizarre.
Boom! Gonna get some celebrity.
It's better than Hippie Hollow.
It sounds like a gauge sting trap or something.
Hey, for autograph, spell your name and piss on my back.
Sign it high.
I had to write something else. I want to guess.
Damn.
Drop an exclamation point on me. Man, that was vicious.
So glad we met. It's the greatest night of my life.
Dot in the eye. How long did you stay in the room?
I had a couple beers.
How did you jump out the window?
There was like 4 girls, 2 guys. It was 4 in the morning. I was drunk. I hadn't gone to bed yet, and I was like, what the hell?
Did you get any?
Nah.
They didn't have no Cialis.
He didn't have to go.
I don't get it.
Wee-wee.
Oh. Let me turn on the waterfall channel or something so you can work one up.
Turn on the faucet at least.
All right. Do we have time to finish this clip?
I got about a minute.
All right, Dan. Read something. I'm done with the piss jokes.
Okay. All right. Well, speaking of flavors.
Well, hang on a second. Yes, Paul.
Hey, Russ, I just got a question. We all know what Cialis is for. I'm wondering, what is JD taking Cialis while he knows he's going to get a massage?
Well, he's not full-blown homo. He's bi. Sometimes
Not bi.
Push.
With it. Don't need to push.
Okay.
Okay, shut up. No.
That's all you bring up every time with the male massage is, I just took a Cialis.
It was a weekend.
You took it the day before.
I know.
I've had that before, and I didn't wake up the next morning with any kind of action.
Oh, my God, I do. It's 2 or 3 days easy for Cialis. Yeah,
so you planned your weekend ahead, knowing that the massage with Terry
it had
on Saturday.
nothing to do with the Terry. I'd forgotten I have a massage with Terry. It had nothing to do with Terry at all. Everything to do with Joy.
I like you, too.
But I won't cheat on you, Terry. I promise.
Well, you knew before you rolled over, you had the action
There's
going
nothing
on
I could do. It was time
in
to
your
roll over.
drawers.
I know.
Well, then you tell him, I'm having a moment.
I could have, but I just rolled over, and it was fine. It went away very quickly. It was no big deal. I'm not even sure he noticed.
Well, that's sad.
Well, it wasn't full-blown raging. It was just a chub.
He made it sound like he was ready to go.
No.
Reporting for duty.
No, it wasn't duty. It wasn't duty time. Not at all.
Well, what was
just
it?
getting there. It was chub. It was more than I wanted at the time.
That's queer.
That's not queer.
You got a chub rubbing to have a guy rub you down.
It has nothing to do with it. It has to do with the Cialis.
It wasn't the Cialis. I'll have a guy come up here, a professional masseuse, and rub me. I'll take 3 or 4 Cialis, and I'm not going to work any action up.
You don't know that. It could happen. It just pops up. It happens from time. I'm driving down the highway and it happens. That doesn't mean I'm sexually attracted to my truck.
So what's going through your head when you're getting rubbed by a man and you get the boner?
I wish it would go away.
Maybe it's about to.
No, it's not.
Gonna roll on your back.
No, it's
One
not.
way to make this go away, JD.
There you go. Now it's down. Phew. Should have thought of that earlier.
Well, now I can sleep. Never tried. What's going through your mind? Guys rubbing on you. As soon as I felt any action going on in my loins while the guy's rubbing on me, immediately it would go away because I would feel guilty.
It's not guilt. It's just embarrassment. And, knowing that...
You're able to keep it up long enough to flip over?
Well, it was about time to flip over anyway. That's why I knew.
Did it go down because there was no acknowledgement and there was some type of rejection?
Absolutely not. Of course not. That'll be ridiculous. It just went down because naturally it just does after a while.
It was ignored.
Shut up, man. I don't need your help, too.
This is a good bandwagon to be on.
Jump up and down on me. Go ahead.
So it was lonely?
It wasn't lonely. It
was depressed.
Afterwards, yeah. It was fine. Everything's fine. I'm not gay. If I was, I'd be glad to come out. I'd do it.
No, you wouldn't.
Oh, I totally would.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I?
If I was gay, I wouldn't tell anybody. There's too much grief that comes along with it.
Jagger gets no grief.
Well, he's been gay for a long time.
This show's straighter than this one.
Man, that's bad.
It's also true.
Don't know nothing with my name in it.
To the Russ Martin Show.
When I start making love, I don't just make love, I be stroking. That's what I be doing. I be stroking.
We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
I stroke it to the east, and I stroke it to the west, and I stroke it to the woman that I love the best. I be stroking. I be stroking. I stroke it to the east, and I stroke it to the west, and I stroke it to the woman that I love the best. I be stroking.
Ready, Dan?
Yup.
All right, let's go.
Okay, we've been talking about all afternoon the problem in McKinney, 75 southbound at White Avenue. A little more info here. First of all, the cleanup's going to last until at least 7 o'clock. The right lane is blocked because they have a wreck involving two 18-wheelers and a pickup truck. And again, your alternate route is Highway 5. Also in Dallas, 67 southbound, the Marvin D. Love at I-20. There's an accident on the right shoulder. And also in Dallas, 35 southbound, just after I-30, there's an accident blocking the right shoulder, but it has everyone stacked up all the way to Inwood Road. There's your last check of traffic. I'm Dan O'Malley on the Russ Martin Show.
Dan, the clouds making a little cooler, 72 for the low, 88 tomorrow only for the high. We're 75 now at Live 105.3.
Trey, well, you were pointing one of the TVs while Dan was doing traffic. What were you watching?
It was Fox News, and they were showing the couple that where the wife wrestled the gun away and our father.
The shotgun away from one of the intruders?
Yeah.
And?
Oh, I can see how she got it away.
Oh. Is she a full-size gal?
Yeah. She's a big girl.
Well, came in through the door with a shotgun, grabbed that, held the baby with my other hand. He didn't drop my dominoes. I was able to get the shotgun away from him.
Be nice.
Not a piece of cheese hit the carpet.
She did a very brave thing.
Yeah?
Well, you don't have to be ugly. So
or sized up the situation and thought, I can take this twerp.
Yeah.
Probably the case. Actually, they did say
you picked the wrong house to come in, dude.
They did say that he was a rather smaller guy in stature. The guy that first.
Well, he probably thought breaking into somebody's house with a shotgun, the odds were going to be in his favor. He didn't realize he was going to go in and mess with Barbarella.
Big no. That's all.
It's bad when you're pointing a shotgun at someone and they giggle at you. And then stick their finger in the butt.
They take it away from you while they're holding their baby and their pizza. They put their cigar out on your forehead. And then you still get shot.
With your own gun killed.
Oh, they kill him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they killed
the initial guy. And then the second guy was shot. He fled.
Well, it was the husband that actually came out and took control of the shotgun.
That is correct.
Yes. Or
she need to finish eating.
No.
I think it's more she just kind of handed it to him and said, here.
Be nice.
Guess what happened, honey?
What?
Guy broke in with a shotgun.
What'd you do?
Well, I'm holding him. By the way, we didn't get no cheesy bread.
Be damned.
Shoot him. All right, go ahead, Dan.
Okay. According to a report released Wednesday, American Airlines is in last place for on-time arrivals in the first half of 2008. That's if you don't count Aloha Airlines, which stopped reporting on-time data after February. American Airlines is in 19th place with a 64.5% on-time arrival rate.
I like how Aloha Airlines sucks. We're not going to tell you. We're just going to quit reporting. What's your on-time performance? None yet. Business.
If you're that curious, why don't you hang out at the airport and with Pad?
What's your safety record? Leave us alone.
You think American would be on time, especially since they land quicker than they plan.
That doesn't count. Emergency landings don't count.
All right.
No wonder it screwed up their average.
They haven't had any emergency. Yeah, they actually have.
Wasn't there another airline? Was it a depressurized cabin?
Yes.
That was today or yesterday?
It was. I saw the news story this morning. I can't remember what airlines it was.
So let me ask you before we get any further, John.
What?
Is oxygen any big deal?
Oxygen, having it in the cockpit as well as the cabin, is a very big deal.
All right. So if a plane depressurizes, that's a concern.
That is an emergency, not a potential emergency. It is an emergency. That is bad. Not a potential one. It's an emergency.
So that doesn't get any air quotes?
No, of course not. That's serious. That would be silly. You're making fun of air safety.
Where did this happen? I didn't read the entire story. I just saw there was another airline incident.
I'm trying to think what city it was over, and I just drove by. I just saw it because I just was like,
why did it depressurize?
I believe one of the windows went bad.
Well, how about that?
Well, again, there are issues on...
No!
Yes, they happen from time to time. Again, worldwide, if you knew how many little incidents, and I get air quotes, incidents happen daily, you'd be frightened.
It's more than an incident if your window blows out and people with it.
Yes, and when people went out with it, you're right. It'd be like when the top came off of the Aloha Airlines jet 20 years ago. People keep throwing in that, well, but when the top came off the jet, it was 20 years ago. It was almost a 20-year-old jet then.
All right.
Okay, well, they've learned about structural
and ordering your drinks early
integrity since then, as well as what to look for in cracks and fuselage.
The cockpit depressurized. I'm no expert, but I think that's bad.
That is, of course, bad.
Yeah, I'd like for my captain to have air.
Well, he has.
And I don't mean fresh.
He has. They have oxygen. I'm sure he went right on the mask and everything. They landed fine. There was no crash. Just shows what can happen.
And yesterday, was it American Airlines that blew a tire?
Blew a tire on takeoff, came back and landed fine, no problems. That's why there's 2 tires in each gear.
And they went around Santa Monica burning off fuel. Why?
Because you cannot land at the same weight you can take off.
I don't think that's why they were burning out fuel.
That's exactly why they were burning out fuel. You cannot land at the same weight.
Maybe they didn't want to explode.
No, they still landed with plenty of fuel, but you have to burn off some for weight. That's why you have fuel dumps, so you can get rid of it quick. You have actual things that will vent it out into the atmosphere.
So they're dropping jet fuel on people.
It evaporates before it hits the ground.
You got a pat answer for everything.
He's asking me questions and they're answers.
Just because he's got a pilot's license, he thinks that the entire airline industry, there are no issues.
Oh, there are tons of issues.
You got redundant backup. That's why you got several tires. You blew one. Why don't they have run flaps?
Because you need regular tires to land, I would imagine. I don't really have the answer to that question. I don't know why they don't do run flaps, other than I would imagine for the absorption of the impact. Impact's wrong word. Hold on. When you land, you have a little more cushion than a run flap would give you.
And how bumpy is it going to be if that tire blows out?
Well, that's why you have 2, 3, or 4. Well, 2 or 4. On one.
How many is it, dude?
It's 2 or 4, and sometimes 8 on a 747.
All right.
Okay, that's why you have multiple tires, multiple gear.
And they sent the fire engine out. Why?
Precautionary.
That's my favorite.
Precautionary.
Precautionary if they explode.
Precautionary in case.
It's the fire department. Fire.
I know. There is a potential that anything can...
It's like the plane you were sitting on when the engine blew flames out of it. Who they send out?
Fire department.
Fire department.
I know. Precautionary fire department. It's not a division. Don't even start me.
Not a clown car.
No.
Not an ice cream truck. Fire.
It's the only people they have that can put out flames.
I can't tell you how many times I come home and there are all these fire trucks out front, and I go, "What are you guys doing here?" And they go, "We're here for precautionary measure."
I can't win this argument. They were there just to watch to see the restart.
To watch the explosion.
To watch the restart of the engine.
Man, these are cool up close.
We were just back at the old firehouse doing nothing. Let it go.
Thank God for Rolls-Royce engines.
Let it go.
All right.
Was the depressurization plane, was that one that landed in France? Was it Ryanair?
When did it happen?
August 25th.
No, this happened like yesterday.
Oh, good. There's another one. At least it was French.
It's hard to tell because when you type in depressurized plane into Google News, it's 252, and that's in the past month.
Huh?
Well, results.
I don't have the answer. I don't know how often it happens. I'm sure
obviously a lot.
Somewhere in the world it probably happens every day. Yeah, there's a bunch of seals that go around doors. There's seals that go around exits. There's seals that go around the cargo area that wear out, and they do occasionally leak. I was on a jet.
That's not an issue if you're driving like a Delta Oldsmobile.
Okay.
If a seal goes out.
No, because
really, you can pull over and inspect it, and everything's cool.
You're not 35, 40,000 feet. You're right. I was on a Southwest jet one time working it, and we had a door seal had a leak.
Working at what? With one of the flight attendants?
I was a flight attendant. I was actually
You get one of the stewards?
No, I didn't. Quite straight.
That's something else to add to JD's list.
Oh, yeah. With my list.
Because you were a flight attendant.
So what? I was quite a straight flight attendant. I had more sex.
Yeah, no, your mic's off. Go ahead, Dan.
Heterosexual.
Speaking of that, flamers.
What?
Every year, the inhabitants of the town of Najapa, El Salvador, come together to hurl fireballs at each other. The festival, held on August 31st, is held in honor of a huge volcano that erupted in 1922, forcing all inhabitants to leave town.
How do they do that?
There's a picture. It's really hard to tell. Obviously, it's just some kind of ball they probably douse in kerosene and then light and throw.
And they throw at each other?
Yeah, that's the deal.
Another interpretation is that the hot lava that cascaded down on the locals was the Christian saint of Geronimo fighting the devil. The festival has been taking place every year for a decade and consists of groups launching palm-sized fireballs at each other. This year, dozens of participants were hospitalized with severe burns.
It's like
and in previous years, people have actually died.
Running with the bulls?
Yeah, running with the bulls. It's just as ridiculous. Well, it's a tradition. You do it. I'll video.
Well, you also have the tradition of the guy, I forgot what country it was. Was he Muslim? He wanted to be baptized and went in the lake and the alligator swallowed him whole.
Yeah, the Muslim shrine.
You better hope God it took before the alligator swallowed you.
Why you go in a swamp where they feed the alligators? They throw chickens to
I don't
them.
care if they're getting fed or not. Why are you going in there when you know there are gators on the other side?
God will protect me. How'd that work out?
Obviously, God had clocked out. Because didn't that alligator swallow him whole?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't find him for until like 3 or 4 days later.
They had to dig about 15 alligators out to find the right one that had his body.
No, I think I think his remains just kind of washed onto shore. It's like, oh, I guess that's him.
Oh, I thought they had to kill some alligators to find out what was left of him.
I don't think they would kill those gators, considering that they're considered to be religious shrines or whatever.
No, you're thinking
part
about
of it.
That boy in Florida who lost his arm swimming with the alligators.
That's right. That was the one they had to kill the alligators.
He was drunk. He wasn't after, spiritual reasoning.
All right, go ahead, Dan.
Okay. Casey Anthony was arrested again Friday evening, but this time the charge involved writing bad checks.
Oh, well, she's screwed now.
Yeah, never mind murder.
Now we got her. Orange County Sheriff's Office investigators arrested Casey Anthony at her home Friday night. Her 3-year-old daughter, Kaylee, of course, has been missing since June. The 22-year-old was able to post a $500,000 bond and get out of jail last week. She is accused, of course, of stealing more than $600 from a friend.
I don't think that's going to be at the top of her list of concerns, because there was breaking news on CNN that they found a dumpster not too far away from where her boyfriend lived.
Okay.
What did they say, Everett?
Well, I think there's the question that the baby was put in the dumpster, that a car was parked out in front of the dumpster a couple of days after Kaylee allegedly disappeared, and now they're trying to track where that dumpster was taken in terms of the contents to the dump at that time to try and, backtrack and figure out where.
So a car like hers was parked next to this specific dumpster.
Yeah, I think it's been identified as her car. And I just saw on one of the monitors during the last break that they found chloroform in the trunk of the car, which is really devastating because until now there's really been no evidence of the manner and means of death, if in fact Kaylee is even dead. But now the state can argue that she was chloroformed at some point, and that shows a level of intent that.
So that removes the possibility of maybe she drowned. It was all accidental. They wigged out, panicked, threw the body in the trunk.
Exactly.
So at least at that point, you've got some type of defense. Now, if there's chloroform, That sounds a little more intentional.
Yeah, I mean, the question becomes, okay, you tell us why you, in fact, had chloroform, if not for that reason.
I was out of Ambien.
I take a little nap. Yeah, leave me alone.
So now they've got DNA that there was a dead body in her trunk, and now they found signs of chloroform.
Yes.
Now, ever in your opinion, is that enough to go to trial, grand jury, whatever?
I think so. I mean, I think, if you floated that evidence out in front of many, if not most juries, they could convict. Without the chloroform, I think it'd be tougher.
They could still go on what degree murder?
I think that, with chloroform, that would seem to speak to premeditation. If the prosecution's theory is they plan
and you can
to kill
do all of this without the body.
Absolutely. I mean, because if you've got evidence of decomposition of a body, you've got DNA that you can presumably link to KLLI, and then you've got chloroform at the same location where this all allegedly occurred. You can link it up and weave a theory together if you're the prosecution that suggests that, it was premeditated.
So the answer is yes.
Is there any other way?
Yeah.
All right.
Chloroform could have gotten in that car.
Nope.
Okay. Just wondered if there was any other.
And where do you get that? I say you obviously it's not something that's over the counter.
I don't know.
Don't get dicky with me.
I don't know where you get it.
Okay. All right, Dan.
Pittsburgh City Police wrote nearly 200 disorderly conduct citations over a 32-month period for swearing, obscene gestures, and other acts deemed disrespectful, which the ACLU said was unacceptable and showed a lack of training. Those statistics come from a right-to-know request that was made in connection with a lawsuit filed by David Hackbart, who said he was improperly cited for giving the finger to another driver and then a police sergeant while trying to parallel park in April of 2006. A driver blocked him on Murray Avenue.
Which amendment is it?
First.
What happened to the First Amendment?
That's what the ACLU is saying.
Basically the ACLU saying that is covered. That should be covered. Cussing.
Now, are they doing this to cops, or are they just were spotted in public doing this?
Well, this guy did it. It was both. He did it to someone that cut him off as he was trying to park.
Okay.
And then there goes on, the driver blocked him.
How are you going to prove if somebody flipped you off?
Well, hang on. The driver blocked this guy, David Hackbart. He made an obscene gesture and then heard a voice saying, "Don't flip him off." Without looking at who it was saying that, as he was turning, he flips the bird to the voice, realizes that's the police sergeant. So he got a double shot. You get the guy that cut him off.
You still can't prove that it initially happened.
Well, if the officer saw him doing it.
Well, you got one count, but you don't have two.
Yeah, the officer saw both.
The one at the driver and the one at...
That's still covered by the First Amendment.
And that's what the ACLU is saying. They're without looking at who was saying that as he was turning, he flips the bird to the sound of the voice. Turns out to be the police officer. They are helping. The ACLU is helping Hackbart fight a citation on First Amendment grounds. Also, the ACLU attorney said the city should improve its police officer training and discipline to prevent similar citations from being issued in the future. They said, well,
you're also you remove the First Amendment. You're eating up police man hours and equipment and cops spending time because somebody flipped somebody off.
Why would the cop do that? But again, that's 200 of them in 36 months that they've been arrested for disorderly conduct. Now, if I want to be a cop and I've done nothing else to do, and you piss me off, flip me off, go ahead, and I'm going to write you a ticket for it. It gives me something else I can do other than just take it.
All right, and it goes back to you can beat the rat, but you can't beat the ride. You piss off a cop, they want to take you to jail, they can.
Can they take you to jail on age? I heard this something about this.
Speeding ticket?
Yeah,
yes.
Just a normal ticket.
Absolutely.
Now, does it have to be over a certain speed, or just in general, they have that option?
Well, here's the thing. When you sign a ticket, that's your personal bond. You promise to appear within X period of time, but that privilege doesn't have to be afforded you. If the officer wanted to, he could take you to jail. In fact, I've had clients that have been arrested. I had a guy that got arrested for a no front license plate just on that Class C misdemeanor. And the deal was the officer wanted to search the guy's car and didn't have probable cause to do so. So he arrested him on the traffic violation, and that gave rise to what in the law is called a search incident to arrest, meaning he could search the guy's car.
After you've been arrested, they can go through your vehicle.
Right. And so then he searched the guy's car as a result of the arrest on not having a front license plate.
Was there anything in the car?
Yeah.
What do you have?
This is weed.
How much?
A couple of ounces.
How's he going to pay you?
Well,
we already know about the guy that held up 2 Jack-in-the-Box drive-thrus to pay you.
Well, I don't always ask where these people get their money. I presume that he got it.
You just stress the importance of you being reimbursed.
Well, we enter into a contractual agreement in which
that doesn't mean you tell them to hit a fast food drive-in.
I have never spoken in specific terms with regard to fast food.
Now, when you say specific terms, do you mean a holdup or by name brand?
No, I've not even restaurants generally. I merely request that they pay me in accordance with with our agreement. I agree to perform a service, which I do. They in turn agree to pay me for the service that I provide.
But immediately after you told one of your clients, I need to get paid and it needs to be quickly, he went out and hit 2 Jack in the Boxes.
I had nothing to do with that. I, of course, meant for him to go.
A bank.
No.
Where they keep real cash laying around.
A lot more cash.
Yeah, I mean, it really sucked what he got. But no, I meant for him to go out and, of course, lawfully obtain the necessary funds to compensate me appropriately.
That's not the way that you told the story. I believe you were a little vague on where to get the cash. You just needed it.
Well, I stressed to him in the strongest possible terms that he needed to pay me, and in very short order, or I would be forced to withdraw from his case.
I'm actually not going to tell you anything.
Okay.
But if you'll hand me that pencil.
There's a pencil right here.
Here's exactly where I'd like for you to go to get the cash.
You're not going to tell me what I use?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I understand. It's
there.
Well, all right, big clown head.
Gotcha.
While you're there, get me number 4.
2 tacos $1.
I understand.
All right, Dan.
A Halifax area woman who bought her sons a laptop for their pending return to school.
Hold on a second. Are those cops? Is this about the traffic ticket?
Exactly. Line 4 is a cop.
Okay. What's your name?
Kent.
Yes, Kent.
Hey, Russ. I've been a policeman since 1988, and you can put them in jail for just about anything except for speeding and open container violation. You got to give them a chance to sign a citation. You got to put it in front of them. They tell you they're not going to sign it, then you can take them immediately before a magistrate for those 2 charges.
How many times have you had people refuse to sign the ticket?
In 20 years, maybe 3 times, but after I explained to them what was going to happen, they all signed it. But I personally don't even put them in jail. I'll just write refused on it after I've given them the spill because it's just not worth it.
It's not worth it. It's not worth you're eating up your time or the paperwork.
Both. If they don't,
because if somebody's going to get that pissy with me and they go, I'm not signing that. Well, dude, you're not saying you did it. You're just saying that you acknowledge the receipt. You don't sign it, I'm going to light you up.
No, you're not. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, I don't get upset with them if they don't want to sign it. I mean, I let them know that they're going to go to jail, and if they're that adamant, I'll typically write refused on. But I actually, in 20 years, I think I've only wrote refused on 1 ticket. All it does is keeps us from attaching an additional warrant for failure to appear because they didn't sign that they were going to appear. So.
All right, what was the reasoning in the 3 times? Do you remember why they said they weren't going to sign it?
Oh, they want to argue on the side of the road that they weren't in violation of whatever you stopped them for. And, you tell them, well, look, we can debate that in court. Well, I'm not going to sign it. Well, if you don't sign it, then you'll force me to take you immediately before a magistrate. And typically when you explain to them what taking them before a magistrate means, it means putting you in handcuffs, impounding your vehicle, making the judge come out and set a bond or whatever on you right then, they decide it's in their best interest to go ahead and sign.
And you've already written the ticket. You're getting it anyway, whether you sign it or not. And copping an attitude with a police officer on the side of the road, when I'm sure you deal with dicks nonstop, that's really not going to set a mood of cooperation. Especially if all I got to do is a cop to say you resisted arrest, and then I sprayed and lit you up.
So
yeah, I hadn't done that.
I'm so glad.
All right, thanks, Ken.
You are not a cop. Oh, my God.
I'd try and see if that mace was flammable with a taser.
Every cop in the Metroplex just looked down at both of those.
I'll be done. I'm under air for it.
That's a good idea. We tried to.
Let me try one of these. Let's see here.
Yeah?
How about that? Sarge! Don't sign this ticket.
I'm supposed to sign it.
Now, here. You should...
I'm supposed to give it to me.
No.
I'm supposed to sign.
What a chance.
I mean, every cop...
You ever been to El Phoenix?
Yeah.
Know what fajitas smell like?
Yeah, what's that got to do with a ticket?
Here we go. All right, go ahead, Dan. Hang on. Any more of those, Albie?
They're both questions for Everett if you want.
All right. Were you going to say something, Dan?
We're still going to get emails tonight from cops having tried that. And probably a lot from cops' wives.
Set my canine on fire. Go ahead, Scott. Yeah.
Yeah, I was coming back from a very remote area of East Texas last week. Limit sign said 65, so I went on up to 70, hit the cruise control. We're rolling. It's 11 o'clock at night, 10:59 exactly. I had some people follow me.
He's going to tell me the whole freaking story.
Of course you asked.
Behind me, cuts between me and the following vehicle, turns his lights on, pulls me over, and the reason I pulled you over tonight is you're going 77 and a 50. I said, well, the sign said 65, so I admit I was going 5 over. He goes, no, that's a construction zone. It's 50 miles for 24 hours a day. I said, where's the sign that says construction? There's no workers. There's no
equipment.
And construction. Come to find out, we're in a town called Trinidad, which has a population, I don't know, 200 or 300 people.
It's about to go up by one.
And so the police officer's like, give me your insurance. So he walks off. He comes back a few minutes later, and he says, well, I went ahead and I wrote you a ticket for going 77 and a 65. And I said, I was going 70. He said, well, I've got you on radar, and I've got the people behind you on my double radar unit going 77 and a 50, but I'm letting you off so I don't have to immediately search your vehicle and all this stuff.
What's the question?
The question is, one, he wouldn't show me my speed or the alleged double radar.
He doesn't have to show you the super double radar. He doesn't have to show you anything. All they have to do is say it happened, and that's the end of it.
I love the
If you'll hand me your driver's license, no, leave it in the wallet.
I thought at some point a long time ago the thing was cops had to at least show you.
They don't got to show you dick.
No, they don't have to. Okay.
No, not at all.
Right.
They could show you the taser mace trick.
No, I don't want to see that.
We need a break. All right, we'll be back.
Back to the Russ Martin Show. The perfect remedy for stress. The Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
Dan, go back and I had no idea there was this many. I had Dan go back and pull all the voicemails that Trey's left over, what was it, Dan? All of them? 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
It's about 40.
40. I was going to say at least maybe half of that.
I was going to guess 8 or 9.
Oh, well, he's done that in one time.
Well, yeah, because some of them come in phases.
Well, yeah, they come in waves.
I think he left one over the weekend because I kept bothering him over Labor Day.
Yeah, I know.
He was in Austin. I'm just calling to see how things are going. I saw that Texas won. There was a big win.
You're just calling to bother him.
They were congratulatory phone calls.
They were not. They were to bother him like you bothered me when I was in the float tank.
I didn't bother you, the owner of the sensory tank.
I'm sure the owner of the sensory tank knew to knock on the door and go, what are you doing? While I'm floating, I'm paying to relax.
He only did it once.
I sit there for the other half hour and wonder when it's going to happen again or what else is going to happen. It's so wrong. It's so rude. We try to get away to relax and enjoy our lives, and you feel the need to reach out and make us miserable.
So what was this? I missed this.
Shady went to Austin to get a massage. I guess he wanted to get an erection in another city.
No.
Sure.
And do the sensory deprivation in a tank.
And float tank, and I was there, had a great time, totally relaxed, had a wonderful moment. I'm just getting into it, just starting to relax and feel the zen just come over me.
Oh, yeah.
And then I hear the door open, and the owner goes, what are you doing?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
No, Russ found out where it was. I think you told him, because I told you. I knew it.
Everyone didn't tell me.
How would you know exactly where I was?
I don't know.
I know you wouldn't have gone to the trouble to look it up on the internet. Somebody told you. And off the air, I told Everett where I was going.
Did he throw the Siamese cat in like I asked?
No, didn't throw the cat in like you asked.
I'm getting my cash back.
God.
Thanks for covering for me.
And the cops at DFW didn't spray me with the mace as you instructed them.
I'm getting my money from that, too. That's your own fault being in the observation area after dark out at the airport. It's not my own
fault. If it's that serious.
Is there a sign when you drive in?
There's a sign.
Says this place is to be evacuated at dusk.
It says it's open sunrise to sunset. Was it under the penalty of death?
Was it dark when they pulled up?
It was dark.
Okay.
By a few minutes.
That's still after dusk.
And you can drive around their little silly-ass fence. It's two little poles that come together.
Why don't you tell them that next time when they come up and they ask you what you're doing at the airport?
Well, I was just sitting there.
Why don't you put up something more than a silly-ass fence? Try that next time, Junior.
Took the smart off to him. What I want to say is, of all of this airport, you got nothing else to be doing but worrying about a guy in the observation area in a convertible. I'm not doing anything. I'm just watching jets, watching airplanes.
And making friends with...
I didn't say a word to them other than yes, sir, no, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I will leave now.
They didn't spray you?
They did not spray me.
Screw job. But that was after you tried to get away.
I never tried. I thought when they came to do the gate, I'd just drive away. And that was, they waved me through and they locked the gate. I didn't know. There's no barbed wire around this place. You can drive around the gate.
There's still a sign that says get out of here at dark.
I heard about that with the flashlight in my eyes.
Well, there's a term for people who drive away from the police. It's called evading.
I didn't evade anybody. I stopped because there were not one, not two, but 3 police cars and 6 police officers. I must look like the scariest terrorist on the planet.
Was Joy wasn't with you, right?
No, she wasn't with me.
No. I don't know if you guys were role-playing.
No, I wasn't playing role-playing.
Because sometimes you do that Hasidic monk thing.
We didn't do any kind of no role-playing. I was all by myself, talking on the phone.
Dressed like a Hasidic monk in a sob sitting by the airport?
I was not. Dressed like anything. I had a Hawaiian shirt on. I was going to do something, but I wear a Hawaiian shirt. Come on.
Terrorists can be festive.
These guys were in no mood. They were in no mood for any kind of levity. I even thought about, making something. Come on, guys, would I really be up here? No, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to shut up.
Chloe told me during the break, we were talking about cops and copping an attitude on the side of the road.
Yeah.
There's going to be no benefit to that. Especially, that they deal with a-holes nonstop every time they pull somebody over. Everybody's got a different story why they were speeding or why didn't you pull that other car over. Dude, I got one car. I can only fetch one at a time.
I got you. Zip it.
Well, hang on. Chloe got stopped. Where'd you get stopped? Chloe, stick the mic in Chloe's face. What'd you get stopped for?
I think it was late at night. I was going over yellow line. I was taking a couple of friends home.
Were you speeding?
I was not speeding, no.
Well, why'd you get stopped?
Because I went over the double yellow line around a curve.
Got it. Okay. And you weren't drinking?
I was not drinking that night.
Okay.
Being responsible, driving friends home. I got pulled over, and he said...
Well, I believe you.
No.
I'm sure that's what the cop said.
Got pulled over, and then the cop just said, hey, did you realize you're crossing double line? Have you been drinking? Just all these questions, and asked for everyone's driver's license in the car.
Chloe's got a car full of drunk people.
Okay.
And then I was looking straight at him the entire time, looking straight in the face. And then when he's about to walk away, one of my buddies starts to smart off, and I was just about to strangle him. I just was reaching the back seat. I didn't want to yell anything vocal, but I wanted to make a point of... So I just made a bunch of noises for him to shut up.
If the cop's walking off and a voice comes out of the car, you don't know who said it.
No, you can assume it's the driver.
Yeah. Oh, you going back to your fag mobile? Oh, hell.
So after he went to the car, I reached back in the back seat and I pulled him by the shirt and I said, if you don't shut, I usually don't get angry, pretty passive, but I just didn't want to get anybody in trouble.
Well, they're copping an attitude because it's safe. I ain't driving.
I'm in the back. D-monk.
It's safe back here. Plus, when the cop comes back, we told him to shut up.
Why'd you do that, Chloe? Smart ass. He told us he was going to say that to you.
Yeah. Said all you guys probably just blow each other in your fag mobile. We got a lot more respect than he does. We understand what you do on a daily basis.
Yeah.
He thinks you just sit in your car and blow yourself.
No, I certainly don't. What I do is I get out my taser and I get out my pepper spray. Look at this cool trick I learned.
Who likes barbecue? Ever been to Culver's? So he didn't come back and say anything?
No, he just come back and just aggressively gave us our licenses back. And then
How you do it aggressively?
I don't know. It was just like it seemed like he may have been in a hurry.
Okay.
Or he was mad at something. He come back more angry.
Got somebody screaming at him from a car.
So, but he didn't do anything. Give it back. He goes, "You guys be careful. Go home."
Oh, you didn't get a ticket?
No.
Okay.
Quite an experience for me over the weekend. I've just never had that whole driver, put your hands on the wheel with 3 police cars, every light they could own in my face.
Stopped at Academy, bought a couple before they come in.
I swear to God, they were kept popping up everywhere. Every car had 2 searchlights, and of course they had all the takedown lights on. You seriously would have thought I'd done something, a felony of some type.
That's why they turn on the takedown, because that's what's about to happen.
I couldn't get my hands up in the air fast enough for high enough.
I wish I was Stretch Armstrong.
He came up. One of them came up from behind to my right, and he says, "Well, can I see your driver's license?" And I went, "I'm gonna move my hands down. It's in this." I literally pointed. "It's in this seat." He goes, "That's fine."
You making a gun symbol with your hand?
No, it's in this. No.
You couldn't just nod your head towards the console.
We're getting to that, but we got procedures.
I moved my hands very slowly down to the seat, got my stuff out.
Give me the finger gun again. We'll let you up.
How long were you detained?
It was only about, it seemed like forever. I'm sure it was only about 6-7 minutes. But I mean, just I was the only one up there. So I wasn't, no drug deal going down. There was nothing serious. Guy in a Saab convertible.
And then they chewed your ass afterwards about post 9/11. You being a pilot, you should know.
You should know better in this post 9/11 atmosphere to be up here in a secure area. I want to go so bad. Dude, it's not a secure area. You can walk around the little pole.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because I'm not going to get zapped out there in the middle of nowhere. Find my body. People landing over the top.
Most people see the sign, they think it's observation area to look at the planes. Wrong.
Planes flying over your head. Look, they have fireworks, honey. Dallas.
Jenny, this was an observation area.
Jack in the Box is under arrest. They must be selling the big kahuna burgers because he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Glad we ate on the plane. What were you going to ask everybody?
Who wants to play a game? Okay. We're going to play rock, paper, tasers.
I don't want to play.
Yeah, come on.
Can I go home? I just couldn't believe how crabby they were. I finally went, "Can I leave?" He goes, "As soon as the officer moves the car, you can." "Oh, no, I was going to go over your car." Of course. It was just,
They searched your vehicle?
No.
They didn't search anything?
No, there's nothing to search. The car was totally empty. It was a rental.
You have a trunk?
They could have. No, the answer is
normally
no.
that's where you carry the rocket launcher.
That's not.
Air to ground missiles?
They didn't. No, they didn't check anything.
Or ground air?
Nope, nothing.
Well, they couldn't have been too concerned.
I guess once they ran my thing and found out I had a concealed handgun license, didn't have a gun with me, car was a rental. I told them everything checked out. They'd let me go with a stern warning to never be seen there again.
They told you that?
Yeah, no,
you can't go back to the airport
after sunset. Never be up here again after sunset. Do you understand? Yeah, I got it now. Took 6 of you to tell me that.
Well, this is a place that's open to the
amazing how
public.
you cop an attitude after the incident. You never say
a cop when I'm there.
You never say anything at the scene. You never stand up for yourself.
You're not standing up in front of 6 cops that got nothing else to do but tase you.
Obviously, your balls get a little bigger when you get here.
No, they were
pussies.
They were bigger.
Luckily, there was only 6 of them.
Got off easy.
Not my. Yeah, get out of this sobbing. I have to be in a damn foreign car.
Don't make me tear my Hawaiian shirt kicking all 6 of your asses. Because then it's going to be bad.
My God.
Oh, I didn't get around to playing Trey's voicemail. How long before we need a break?
Is this a new one now?
Yeah, this is
awesome.
Over the weekend. Hold on a second. Yes, Steven.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, boss man. Hey, do you happen to have the raw audio from all the Trey voicemails still? I mean, if you do, would you consider releasing them like on a disc or putting them for download, for the proceeds for the foundation? Because I'd sure like to have some of those.
Yeah, I'll see what I got. Thanks, Steve.
All right.
Dan, most of those were edited, though. We didn't keep the raw stuff.
Yeah.
I think I have the raw version of this one, because this one just came in.
You know what? You're fucking lucky I can't scream, because if I do, I'll pop a goddamn stitch.
It's right after his incident last week where he had a nightmare, jumped up, knocked himself out on his headboard.
And cut himself very seriously.
Your wounds look pretty good.
Toledo did a fantastic job.
The cut on your nose, I almost can't see. Almost looks like wearing sunglasses out in the sun.
Glasses on.
Yeah, considering just took the stitches out yesterday. I'm quite pleased.
All right. I don't get why you were so twisted.
You called me
You
over.
complain that we don't hang out, so I try and call and see if you want to do something.
You knew I was out of town.
I don't have GPS on you. I don't know where you go.
I told you where I was going.
I don't listen.
You know what? You're fucking lucky I can't scream, because if I do, I'll pop a goddamn stitch. You are a biggest fucking asshole. You know I'm going out of town this weekend, and you fucking harassed me the entire goddamn weekend. What is your fucking problem? Saturday, you knew I was at the fucking game. You knew what time it was, and you're sitting there blowing up my phone from about an hour before. You know, I'm trying to watch fucking in the stadium, watching Vince Young get his goddamn number retired. Great moment. Ring, ring, you know. God, seriously, what is your fucking problem? I couldn't enjoy the game. You know, at first I think, okay, there's something wrong, so then I have to pick it up. Then she's going, what are you doing? Like, knock that shit off. You know, and then that night, kept fucking calling my phone. You know, every once in a while, I have to worry about something's wrong, so then I have to, you know, pick up the phone. What are you doing? Knock that shit off. I couldn't even enjoy golf Sunday. You know, I'm sitting there, phone's constantly fucking ringing.
I meant to ask you about that. You couldn't enjoy golf. It seems like that would just be inherent.
Yeah. No, some people actually enjoy playing.
Well, I'm sorry, I ruined the game.
Every once in a while, I have to worry about something's wrong, so then I have to, you know, pick up the phone. What are you doing? Knock this shit off. I couldn't even enjoy golf Sunday. You know, I'm sitting there, phone's constantly fucking ringing.
You ruined my fishing day.
He's on.
So then I have to, you know, pick up the phone. What are you doing? Knock this shit off. I couldn't even enjoy golf Sunday. You know, I'm sitting there, phone's constantly fucking ringing. What are you doing? What is your fucking problem? Seriously. Let me have some goddamn peace and quiet. Harass fucking JD if you need to, you know, just get your shits and giggles, but fucking quit it with me. I mean, I couldn't fucking enjoy golf. You called me Sunday night. You called me on the way home Monday. I couldn't even enjoy my hunt Monday afternoon because you're fucking blowing up my...
I couldn't understand that one. You couldn't understand what?
Couldn't enjoy my hunt.
What are you hunting for?
Dove.
Oh.
Monday was opening day.
You give up hogging?
Love hog hunting.
That ain't what I meant.
I know what you meant.
Because the last time we went hogging, I believe you called your women.
Got you on.
It's catch and release, Trey.
Yeah, they buy you drinks and then you turn them loose.
Yeah,
you don't keep them in the boat.
It's been years ago. I learned.
Quit it with me. I mean, I couldn't fucking enjoy golf. You called me Sunday night. You called me on the way home Monday. I couldn't even enjoy my hunt Monday afternoon because you're fucking blowing up my goddamn phone all the goddamn motherfucking time. Now knock that shit off. You know, go jack off or something if you're that goddamn bored. But you quit calling me and leave me the fuck alone.
End of message.
Yeah. So you don't want me to call no more?
When you need something...
I'm just trying to stay in contact.
Then, you know, once would be fine.
You bitch nonstop that we don't do anything. You harass Chuck because I'm hanging out with him. You call him up, bitch at Krusty because he's eating up my time. I'm trying to spend some quality time with you and I get nothing.
You knew I was 200 miles away.
I got no clue what your plans were.
I told you, we talked about it. I was going to Austin. JD's going to Austin. You knew I was going to the game. I told you.
I don't care. Do we need a break here? No.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Play at your own risk. The Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
with all Trey's voicemails, you really get a flavor after the first 3 or 4 seconds.
Okay. Well, he starts most of them off the same way, doesn't he? Let me tell you something.
You want to hear it?
Sure. You have just a variety of them, like in one folder right there?
Yeah, I think I got all of... I think it's actually almost 50.
Jesus. Sure. Just the first few seconds.
Hey, you sucker, pick up the... Hey, you know what? You're an asshole. I am absolutely flabbergasted that you would have the balls to send me an email saying you're unhappy with me and that... All right, you lousy, no-forecasted mother... Jake. Buddy. This is Buddy Trey. I'm sorry. Very, very sorry.
This was to you, wasn't it, John?
That was to me, yeah. He called me earlier and screamed at me and realized whatever he was yelling at me wasn't my fault.
Jake. Buddy. This is Buddy Trey.
I don't remember this one.
I'm sorry. Very, very sorry.
The first phone call was...
I left you a really ugly voicemail. I'm sorry. I didn't mean any of it. I was just upset, and now I...
Why does he gets the nice ones?
Oh, I left him an ugly one earlier.
Oh, sure.
I know, but I never get one of these.
Because you're always guilty of whatever it is he's screaming at you about.
That's wrong.
I don't know if you read the paper today, but, you know, if you do, check out what our leaders in the House of Representatives are doing with their time and our...
I forget, how'd you blame that one on me?
I think this one I was just venting.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, and there's one more thing for this stupid...
I don't care about that one.
I've been thinking, and I got a favor to ask, I guess. Would you not play every damn voicemail I leave for you on the air? You know, every once in a while, it would be nice to be able to communicate with you and not the risk of it being brought.
I forgot about that one.
Maybe that was...
I want you to know what a sorry mother you are. They don't call, never hang out, and...
I did nothing but calling you all weekend.
Yeah. I'm talking about calling me just to, hey, fine, once, let's go hang out. Not, 20 times in a day.
I was lonely. I felt rejected.
You knew he was out of town enjoying life for a moment.
Well, I'm glad I could cloud up over him.
You certainly did it to all of us.
Hey, Krusty.
This is Chuck.
Yeah.
Because I'm not hanging out with Trey.
Right. Spend your time with Chuck.
Don't you have a life other than being up rusted? Do you not have family, someone who misses you being around?
And Trey, you said you explained yesterday his problem with... What is this? Is this the getting into the academy? Hell yeah. Black players was what?
Well, any of the military academies are incredibly hard to get into.
Okay.
I mean, most white people can't get into them. But you've got to have like a congressional report.
So as you can see, there's no chance for the colored.
That's my favorite thing you've ever said.
Well, then I'll back it up.
They have like a congressional report. Academies are incredibly hard to get into.
Okay.
I mean, most white people can't get into them. But you've got to have like a congressional report.
Wow! Then he sprung the bad news on us about Atlanta being full of black people.
You lousy sucking mother...
That's for you.
Yeah.
Piece of dilf-loving mother... You know what? You are a sorry-ass sucking piece of mother...
There's a theme.
Do you not treasure our friendship?
Deeply.
That's why you thought about actually killing him at one point.
He deserved it.
He got a point.
What'd you say?
I mean, in his mind, he had a point at the time. But now it's ridiculous.
No, I deserved it.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay, Daniel, why is that in there?
I know not of what you speak.
I'll play it.
I don't know what this is, but I can tell I'm drunk.
Well, yeah.
Clearly.
On horns at the back.
New.
I just fat fingered something.
That's at Live 7 when you were introducing Carlos.
Oh, this one's okay then. Sorry, I thought it was something else.
I like seeing you sweat, though.
And you're still twisted at Carlos, Dr. Benegas.
Isn't he dead?
No.
We don't know. We haven't been able to trace you all weekend.
All right. On horns at the back, Mr. Chris Gebhardt. For anybody that doesn't know the kind.
Let me jump ahead. There it is.
Probably one of the pissiest doctors I've ever met on base, Dr. Carlos Venegas.
And from the crowd.
Over the crowd.
Yeah.
Did you say you made your way up to the front? Because you know I was getting to Carlos?
Yeah.
Dr. Carlos Venegas.
Oh, it's after 7. I didn't realize it was that late. Listen to a couple more. Yeah.
You know what?
Mm-mm.
You're a asshole.
Okay.
You know what?
All right.
You're a dick.
Thank you.
What the is wrong with you?
I don't know.
God, you better not be hosing me.
Is this when I stood you up on the Texas OU weekend?
Mm-hmm.
That one was your fault.
You said you were going to go.
I lied!
I know that now. You were quite convincing at the time.
Why? What would be my incentive to go to a Texas OU game? I don't like football. I don't like people. And from what I've seen on TV, both of them are there.
I thought maybe after 6-7 years of browbeating you, maybe you would get... It wasn't like you were going to have to stay for the whole game.
You were wrong! I sound like Bill O'Reilly. No words!
What is this one? Oh, I think you actually get ramped up on this one.
Suck.
Next message.
There we go.
You are one sorry ass guy, mother. I cannot believe you did this to me. God, this was the wrong time to pull a hose job on me. God, mother. You are the biggest sucker on the face of the planet. I missed my going to the game with my friends. Now I've got to try to work through this damn traffic and go park in somebody's front yard. You God, mother. I cannot believe you did this. I really cannot. I am so damn angry. I cannot believe you did this. I cannot believe. And you know what? I'm mad at myself because I can't believe I fell for it. Well, I'll get to the game with you. Yeah, okay, I'll give in. I'll go. Blah, blah, blah. You God, mother. I cannot believe you did this to me. God. Something bad needs to happen to you. Very, 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 very bad. You lousy sucking mother. I hope you.
End of message.
Good news is, we're about a month away from the Texas OU game. Let's make the plans now.
Get your foam fingers ready.
Ready to go down?
I am.
All right. All right, get it on.
All right. For more information on the Russ Martin Show, including pictures, videos, and more, just go to russmartin.com. To answer any questions you may have about the show, go to russmartin.info. To email the show and during the show only, send that to studio@russmartin.com. Other show websites, johndavidryan.com, danO'Malley.com, djclo.net, treytrenholm.com, and for Chuck the Band Manager, chuckwheat.com. To reach Everett Newton, the rock and roll attorney, call his office, 214-823-LAWS, or his website, dallasattorney.com. The official liquor store of the show is Majestic Fine Wine and Spirits. Their website, majesticliquors.com. And the official airline of the show is Southwest Airlines. Their website, southwest.com. And finally, the official site for Live 105.3 is live1053.com.
All right, see you guys tomorrow.
See you. Bye.
Now listen to the Russ Martin Show anytime you want on the web at russmartin.info.
Russ Martin Show.